Friday night. Yes. What's going on up in here, family? What's up, family? How y'all feeling? It's Friday night. Y'all are tuned in to the live. Good gosh. Boy, the panel is getting ready to go ham and cheese in here. So, give my co-host a warm welcome this evening. On the light skin, we got China. On the brown skin,
hello.
dark skin. Wow. That's gonna be good. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Y'all got all three perspectives. How y'all like that tonight? Ladies, how y'all doing this evening?
I'm doing good.
All right. It's everything. But we'll talk about it in a minute.
Yeah.
Right now, there's some people in here that need talking to. And we started with Christina. What's up, Christina? Gone. I don't know why I think of Danny DeVito every time I say your name. I think that's who he was married to on the TV show Taxi. For all my old heads in the house tonight. Yeah. I used to watch Taxi too. Yes, I did. Yes, indeed. What's up, Yvette? Grid Brat. Beautiful butterfly in the building. What's up, Facts 100? Man, y'all come on in here. Spread some love, some cheer. Hit the buttons, all the buttons. You know what I'm saying? All the buttons. Like, subscribe, all that stuff. Do all that. Do everything. Do what you're supposed to do. There you go. Kimberly Ortiz. Stingray in the building. What's up, Beth Mikey? Name man, Will Power. That's a powerful name, Will. Will Power. It's Friday night, y'all. Y'all know what we get ready to do. What's up, Karen? Yeah. Edith. What's up, Edith? Elaine B is in here. Yes, caution to the wind. Caution of two hearts. Go ahead. All right. Okay. What's up, Honey B. Lee? How you feeling? Tressa. I see you, Tressa. I see you over there. Uh-huh. Lady Virgo just came through the door. Yes, yes, y'all. Everybody come on in and check in, family. Check in. Is that you, Joy Tracy? I saw you. I seen you. You thought I ain't seen you. I seen you. What's up, Jericho? Keisha Spady, country girl with grit. I see Keisha all in the comments.
I'm trying to figure this thing out. The mic keep coming to me.
Victory. What's up, Victory? Laura White in the building. Lady Virgo. Well, we not gonna be doing that. Now stop dating. That's why we having the show tonight. That's why we having this show tonight. What's up, fella? I see your Facts 100. What's up, Gail? You man in the building. What's up, Liberty? Speedy Rider came through. You know, that's just what we do, y'all. Don't y'all like to feel good? Don't it feel good? Yeah. Feel good up in here. Yes, it do. Right there. We're going to keep it right there. Yes, indeed. The DJ has been performing. I don't know if y'all noticed. He is blazing. You know, before we get started this evening, though, good gosh. Boy, there's some love in these streets. There's all these narcissistic streets out here. Boys love out here.
It is bad.
I appreciate that love up in here. You know, can I first of all say thanks to Ellen. She's sponsoring tonight. Ellen is sponsoring the show tonight. Yes, she is. Danita Joe. Yeah, I saw you, Danita. I saw it. Indeed, yes, indeed. Yes, I did. We talking about the sponsorship. Y'all can be sponsors now. Yes, listen. Sponsorship is that Cash App is on here. That's the sponsorship, man. Connie, Connie. Hey, Connie, you know, is love. Oh, good gosh. Let me give you one more. Yes, indeed. Man, listen, it ain't nothing like somebody showing you love and appreciation for what you do. That's what it is. That's how it works, y'all.
Yeah.
What's up, Chido? I see you. Y'all know what we talking about tonight? Life after narcissism and dating after narcissism. Woo, good gosh.
After the resuscitation.
Ladies, how y'all doing this evening? Is everything
good?
Is everything okay?
Yeah,
Everything is great.
free. Everything is wonderful.
Everything is everything.
I came up with two sayings this week.
What you got?
One is nothing's louder than a narcissist in a smear campaign, and then nothing's more quieter than a narcissist in a smear campaign when it didn't work.
Right. That's it.
Oh,
I mean, they pack it up and go. When it don't work, they get quiet.
man, they disappear. Don't they disappear? Some of my followers been here since the beginning. Had y'all noticed somebody disappeared? Somebody was speaking loud and reckless about me, and they just disappeared. Like, what happened? What happened? What happened?
They try to go to another state.
All the way to the other side of the country. Come on. Listen here. Hey, listen, y'all. Hey, Sean, I love that saying. Because, man, it ain't nobody louder in the room than the narc when they get to spit on your name and your reputation. And it's done to invite you into the pen. And for everybody that know better. Can I get an amen in the chat? If you know better, you chat myself could great. When you know better, you do better. Because boy, oh boy, it ain't nothing and nobody louder than a narcissist when they talking bad and reckless about you, telling people that don't even know you, all your business, and they twisting it every. And then you got to sit there, and guys, we sit there and be trying to answer every doubter. People love. Listen, y'all. Let me say this. People don't just watch. Everybody watching these videos ain't here for the cure, okay? Some people here directly to help see what they can still get away with. Ain't up on this yet. Oh, they don't know about that yet. They looking for the way to keep it going.
Oh yeah.
How can I? Oh, this hurt them. Oh man. Oh, I'm gonna do this. They here for information and confusion. Don't think for 1 second. Don't you think for 1 second that everybody who come around just around as a friend.
Right.
Don't think this is all friendly fire. This is Beyonce's internet. And trust and believe, you know that the devil is first one who invites himself to every meeting, especially when you talking about something that's going to put him out of business.
Yeah.
Okay. Tonight, ladies and gentlemen, tonight, look here, we're going to talk open. We're going to have some open dialogue here. Yes, we are, because that's all we do. We going in. So, you know, you might want to check your feelings at the door if you're sensitive. You know because I mean, I'm gonna just be me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's just what it is. I've learned that this internet, if you say something today, 10 years and people gonna be saying, oh, whoa. I said this over here.
Yeah.
Oh, they watching. People watch.
Oh yeah.
Because and it's also about integrity. It's also about integrity because you can change your opinion about something. There's nothing wrong with changing your opinion about something.
Yeah.
The issue is when you change your opinion and you're not man enough or woman enough to stand up and admit, yeah, I did say that before. I was wrong. Now I know better. See, that's how you know when you're not dealing with a narcissist. Ain't no narcissist about to do that. They gonna defend their wrong every time.
Oh yeah.
And recreate history.
And you know what? That just leads me back to this old saying where they say, because people be so worried about this smear campaign, they say you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink it. People know who they are. They're not drinking those lies. The ones who are drinking it are the ones who already had their opinion of you. So they lead a lot of horses to the water, but they can't make them drink it.
Yeah, the narcissist, they got two main things that they work with that is just destructive: jealousy and envy. Those two powers right there really it hovers them, but it's the energy, like the energizer bunny for all of their wickedness, because they came in, they was jealous and envious of you. So anybody they surround themselves with, if they operating out of that envy, people that's like, oh, you just got like the nicest husband, like I wish mine was like this. Watch out for them. They might fall into that category where they believe the lies, but those were never people that were for you anyway. Those were people that wanted to sit back and watch and wait to see you fall, because they knew that narcissist was a whore. They knew it. They was up there messing with them behind your back. So they knew it's just a matter of time before you find out all of this stuff and just, oh, I can't wait. She's going to see this text, or he might see this text, and it's just going to crush them. I wonder when they'll see it. That's how they think. The Bible talk about people that they sit back and plot wicked devices, like the wicked schemes. Those plotters, like that is a thing. They sit back, they wake up, and they think, how can I participate in helping to destroy this person's life, helping to remove their smile? Like I can't stand that they're able to smile like that. Like, why are they so daggone happy?
That part right there. That's you just stepped all on it. Let's not just rush past that. Ladies and gentlemen, these people are very serious and very intentional about wiping that smile off your face.
Yeah.
Okay. It ain't funny to them.
No.
It ain't funny to them that you somewhere got the nerve to be smiling. I'm cheating on you, dogging you, doing all kinds of backstabbing to you, and you got the nerve to be in my face smiling. You smiling for what? You smiling for? That's why they so boldly can ask you that. What you smiling about?
And don't try to just brush it off like, oh, it ain't nothing. They'll hit you. You have a whole fight because you were smiling. Because the devil got to break. If he break that spirit, he used them, but he got to break that spirit because he need to permanently crush you so that your smile is just not there anymore. Even when things are good, you don't even know how to celebrate. There's no joy. Because if he can take joy, then he can work on taking hope.
And it's very intentional, because I've had people where I just be sitting and I be smiling, and somebody will see that and come in and say, dang, I got pulled over by the police. And I'd be like, what? What happened? Oh, I was just saying that. They come and say dumb stuff like that just to take that smile off your face and to make you panic. That's how petty they are and hate to see you smile.
Mm-hmm.
Hate it. They hate that smile on your face. Good gracious. I'm a sidebar real quick. I got pulled over today. I wasn't driving reckless or nothing. Man, Listen, y'all, we're gonna do a show maybe next week about the
You're in
economy.
the capital. It's hostile up there. They tripping.
We're gonna do a show about the economy. Man, I got you. This dude pulled me over today. I said, "Hey," and I usually don't ask the police on because I don't want no smoke. Because this fool got a gun, you know what I'm saying? He got a gun. I'm 6'4", 275 pounds. I know, bruh. How you doing, officer? Hey, I got my license in my hand, my registration and insurance. What you need, champ? How can I help you? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. No, sir. I'm that. Listen, no smoke at the car. But today I was like, officer, why did you pull me over? I wasn't even close to speeding. I wasn't driving erratic. And so I realized he couldn't really say why. You know, he's like, hey, man, you know, I pulled your tag. And that's illegal for them. They're not supposed to do that. And I'm like, pull my tag. And he didn't say it like that, though, y'all. You know, he said, hey, I noticed that your car came up, your tags came up, that you have some unpaid tickets in it. I'm like, unpaid tickets? You pulled me over? Calm down. It's cool. He said, but you do have one flag against your registration. And you're not going to be able to renew that registration till you pay that flag. I'm like, bro, are you pulling me over for this? So y'all email me the bill. You mail me a bill. And now the police out here enforcing. Y'all, is it that serious? Let me call. I'm going to have to call my congressman. What are y'all doing up there, bro?
Did you see the interview with the senator? The senator?
He sent me a warning, right? I'm gonna have to do another channel just to pull stuff like this out. He gave me a warning that I need to pay that bill. It's a $30 bill. He gave me a warning. You need to go DMV and pay that bill. I was like, dude, are you freaking sir? You pulled me over to give me a warning?
You on the list.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's serious out here.
You're on the AI list.
And then I noticed as I drove down the highway, every exit, it's a police with people pulled over. They doing it all day. They out there in the streets collecting for if you got a ticket. And they got red light cameras everywhere. I don't know what city y'all might be in. We got red light cameras. You don't even need police here no more. Red light cameras, speed cameras everywhere. And they tearing your tags up every single day. And then they want you to pay them. Hey, man, we sent you a bill the other day. We need you to make good on that bill. Go ahead and pay that money. I'm sitting here like, bro, y'all serious? Okay, that's my rant for the day. That's my rant.
They had the senator. Somebody was like, "What you gonna do about the job?" He said, "Nothing. You probably deserved it because you a clown." Like the senator said, "I'm telling you, they have gone ziggity boo. When you got this, people are not all the same anymore. They transform it." Okay?
Ladies and gentlemen, if you walk outside and you think everybody's normal, you the one that's crazy. Yeah. Straight up. This place is off the chain, and it's going to keep going in that direction because we've already been told that this is what's coming. It's here. It's here. I wanted to go to Joy Tracy's comment real quick. She said, I think because I was with the ex for 38 years, 32 married, it was so hard for me. It was so hard for me to wrap my head around him being jealous. He just made me into a shell of a person in the end. I didn't get it. You didn't think he could be jealous? You know what? And that's why we're talking about life after narcissism and dating tonight, because it seems like everybody, and it's not a male nor a female thing. This is both. This is one of those places where we're absolutely neutral. We do not believe. Y'all hear me, ladies and gentlemen? I need y'all to pay close attention. We do not believe that other person is jealous of us, that other and y'all especially don't believe that they thinking about you every single day, all day long. That part right there, I think about 98, 99% of us don't think the because you think because they with somebody else that they're not thinking about us. I'm bringing some proof in here. I think she said, I talked to her today. She said she's going to come on Wednesday, I think, with me. I'm bringing some proof, some more proof, not just one, some more proof for y'all. Because both of these two ladies done told y'all. I'm going to keep bringing people in because I don't know what, and I'm trying to just pinpoint exactly what that is that makes us so that we don't believe, nah, this person is not that kind of person. They not jealous. And they rolled out on me with somebody, right? We be believing that lie. See, what you don't, the part of the lie that we don't believe, this is the part of the lie we don't believe. And I'm going to tell y'all, and you still not going to believe it. We don't believe that the narcissist is so backward in their thinking that they will go out here and just money, oh, that one right there smiled at me. I'm going with this one. And I'm going to leave my home, my family, my wife, my husband, whoever, to be with this person. They smiled at me. This is the one. We don't think that they're that weak-minded, that they're that shallow. We don't think that they're going to take everything. I've been with you 15, 20, 30, 40 years, and you leaving me because somebody smiled at you? We don't believe it. They are so stupid that they'll run out there and that they will start a whole new relationship with somebody. And I'm talking about for absolute no reason. You thinking, what did I do? And then you start beating you because you're going to beat yourself up. You're not going to beat up what they're doing. You're going to beat yourself up. It must have been something was it my breath? Was it my was it my hygiene? Did I not cook right? Was the intimacy wasn't good enough? And somebody else, then now you in your soapbox. Now you thinking that it must be the way they do it to them. They must do it to them real good.
No, and I'm
beating yourself up thinking everything that is not. And we go through every single chapter. It got to be the intimacy. It got to be the way I look. It got to be maybe the way I talk, the way I walk. It got to be me. And that's what the narc wants. That's the design of this. That's their entire purpose, to make you think it's you, something wrong with you, and they can't tell you what it is. It's me. Then they turn it around and say, it's me. Okay, it's me. It ain't you. It's
narcissists have everybody like Nature Boy, like that daggone cult. That's how they are. That dude, he was delusional, demented from birth. He had a whole childhood that said, I'm about to be psychotic. But people followed him because he had one thing. When people don't want God, they want to hear anything else but God. Then they accept it. One thing, man, they poisoning our food. We need to get back to nature. We need to get back to our own energy. Yeah, okay, yeah, that's good. Eat the food, eat the food, grow your food if you can do that. But
yes, indeed.
Don't follow somebody and leave everything you have and go to somebody that is running around because he don't want no clothes on. He don't want nobody to shower. And he is crazy. He is straight deluded. Been in all the mental institutions, been in jail, doing all this stuff, talking about he in some voodoo space or whatever he did. Don't think this man and saying he God. What? Like, you can't even. And I understand, and it's not even saying anything against the victims, because when somebody went through something and they're young, they prey on people who are vulnerable. So when someone's vulnerable and they're young, that's how he preyed on them. But at some point, it's like this is what we're dealing with the narcissist. We have to see the narcissist the way that we will watch that video and see that Nature Boy. And somebody's like, well, he was in that extreme. Yes, he was in the he or she in the closet. They might have been able to dress better, but they're not clean. They have unclean spirits. They might not be out there in the open area, but they going to somebody janitor closet, car, whatever to get whatever. Going to some other neighborhood to do their shenanigans. I have family members that would do that. They have a whole life in one city, drive up to the other city where it go down, and do all that
That's
tricking and stuff they do.
That's
So
why they love long distance relationships, because they can keep that person at bay as far as knowing they living a double life of who they really are. But I'm about to tell y'all why they would go with anybody. It doesn't matter how that person look. And it's the truth if that person smile at them, because they have depleted you and you have saw them for who they are. And so you will never see them as the man or woman that you saw them as before. So that person is now looking at them with that sparkle in their eyes that you did. And so they want that. And that's what they chase. And they'll abandon their whole family for that person, because that person see them as the person that you will never see them again, which it was a fake person. And you now know who they are. You're not believing their lies. You're not believing their manipulation. They can't gaslight you anymore. So they're going to go over there to that person who see them with that sparkle, and they'll abandon their whole family for it. And as far
and
as
it
y'all,
has to be something in it for them.
and
Something in it for them.
it's they just want to be seen as that man or that woman. That's all it is. That's why when they cheat, they leave, because they know you now see them as a cheater. They run and start over because they want to be seen as that person that they portrayed them. I'm telling you, this is what that one who just assaulted me said to me, and this is how I know it's fact. Because when I went on a date, he was irritated. He told me, when you talk about that man that you went on a date with, you light up with that same look that you used to give me that you don't give me anymore. And that's what it is. You're not seeing him. He even sent me a text and said, I can't be the man that you want me to be, and you will never see me as the man that you saw me as before. This is how I know this to be fact, because it was said to me and it was sent in a text. But I do want to get this part out too. Yes, they come in envying you, especially well, I can only speak for men because that's what I date.
Mhm.
But they envy us as women because the woman that they loved and trusted had all the power over them. And so they envy that because they come in thinking that we have power over them, because they're so fragile and they're so weak. And that's why they have to break us down. And they feel like we talk too much or we think we know everything. This is something that was told to me.
And they
And so
felt like
that's
the
how I
mamas
know.
did it.
He said, I envy women because of what my mother did, and women think they know it all. They come in envying you because they feel you hold the power.
And
So
this is like one thing we have to do when you evaluating a narcissist. You gotta understand, every time they're speaking, they're lying. Every word is a lie. Like they everything is a lie. They have no truth in them, because spiritually it's impossible. They have no truth in them. A demon will manifest, and
come
a
on.
demon will spin a story, and they'll say, this is why, because they told the narcissist this is why they act like that. They hearing the demons in their head, they think it's their own thoughts. You act like this because your mom, you know how she did, it was so bad. And a lot of people had, terrible moms. Some turned out to be empathetic, codependent. Some turned out to be, pretty neurotypical. Some turned out to be narcissists. At some point, they made a contract with evil, with wickedness, and they got gratification out of hurting people. The oldest brother, that's the narcissist, he used to flick boogers on us. He used to do something with his finger and like do all that, and then slam it across the nose. Something sweat, but something that it was really stanky, like you couldn't even get it off your face. And he was torturous. He would do the butter neck, that smack us, ever since childhood. That was in him as a kid, and he still do it to this day in his 50s. It's just like they want somebody that they can hurt and be like, why you soft? You gonna cry, you gonna cry. That's in them. But then they
Yeah.
mistreat people and they say, I just want to be different. Like, if you just look at me like this again, and that is all hogmash. It wasn't no spark, it was delusion, because they was bewitching. It was probably the spark of the spell. But they were evil, wicked from the beginning. They were deceiving the minute they said hello. that snake spirit start, that whispering start manifesting, and the whispering spirit say a bunch of whatever somebody want to hear. They tailor it to each person because familiar spirits are involved, and
Yeah.
familiar spirits know what to say based on bloodline. So that's who they got operating. They just channel them. They just an open altar for demons. But
Mm.
they lie, and they sound so convincing. And we sit there and we like, well, this time, and I have to do this with, a lot of I had to do it myself, but even with clients, like, okay, well, they said this time when they get out of jail, you start in the conversation of wrong when you say they said, and then you're gonna make a decision because that's how Eve got caught up. She listened to the snake, the serpent. So when you listen to the snake, whatever the serpent whisper is going to be either a twisting of the truth, half truth, or a complete lie. They don't like their mom. That's 100. That's the truth.
Wow.
Their mom treated them horrible.
And they mom,
Yeah,
guess
but
what?
the reason why they act like that is not because they hate their mom, it's because they hate themselves and they
Listen,
got a partnership with the devil.
but that's not exclusive to men either.
No.
Could
And you know what,
no,
too? It's not just that they hate their mother. I've met people who hate their stepmother because their mother passed away and they were raised by the stepmother and she mistreated them. And then a lot of them too, their mother probably passed away when they were little and were raised by their dads. And so their dad taught them this BS. And so that's where they get it from. And that's how I know this is a taught behavior. It's from the environment because, I mean, what's their excuse if your mom passed away when you were 3, but you envy women and you hate women? What is your excuse? It's because you saw your dad doing it. They learn this from their dad and their dads teach it to them. And so they grow up and this is what they do to women because they saw their dad do it. So it's not necessarily that they hate their mother.
China and Keisha, both of y'all right. Y'all see, y'all have the inside scoop on what guys do. I got the inside scoop on what women do. Yes, Mercy. And fellas, I'm gonna tell you, if she act like one, boy, I guarantee you her mama was one. I promise you, she ain't teach herself how to do that. Mama was the main one, and she didn't. And I'm saying I've watched this on more than 2 occasions, more than 2 situations. The mama was for the streets, and look, the crazy part to me was mama for the streets, and then mad at the daughter because the daughter the same way. Want to fight the daughter. Want to fight the daughter because the daughter the same way, but it's the same thing. And see, guys, what you cannot do, you cannot compare yourself with each of these situations because it wasn't your situation. Don't compare yourself to that because sometimes when we talking and you listening, you envisioning, hold up, me and my mother ain't get along. Okay, that was it. That y'all got different dynamics. I'm talking about if the shoe fit, it fit. But if it don't try to put it on. This ain't Cinderella. Okay. Man, I've watched mothers. Good God, boy, fella, you better run. No, you better get in your car and drive away, and keep driving till you run out of gas and money to put gas in the car. To get
Please go.
I was listening to this earlier on another video. What was that? It's worse. It's better to be outside on the roof of your house than to be in the house with a quarrelsome woman.
That's scripture.
And what was it's another one that's just like that, man. So let's get to it, y'all. After narcissism, life after narcissism and dating, right?
Yeah.
One thing I really want to bring to y'all attention is that so many people become afraid. You become afraid. You become, I ain't doing this no more. You lose faith in the entire process You like, man, I'm just gonna be a monk or I'm gonna be a nun and I'm just cutting this off and that's all this devil wanted out of you. And I promise you, from somebody that done called it wrong all my life. I done called it wrong every time. So I ain't want to sit around and be trying to tell y'all about. But I'm gonna say this. I ain't just gonna beat myself up. I'm gonna say this. I realized later on, and I realized too late, that it wasn't that good options were not there. I did not practice the kind of self-discipline that I needed to in order to have that relationship that I really wanted. I'm ready to go out here and just, build somebody up. Like something wrong with me that I got to go out here and build somebody up. For what? For what? I'm coming to the table with some sense, with some work ethic. I'm coming to the table with everything that is needed to have a consistently great relationship. And yet, I'll say, you know what? We'll look at our shortcomings. Well, right now I am struggling. I'm trying to get it together. Well, who this 20 years old, 21 wasn't struggling? Who? Let he who is amongst us, who has not struggled in their late teens, early 20s, please cast the first stone. And I took something as silly as that to make me think that, okay, well, I don't really have my money the way I want it. So, dealing with a woman, she gonna have to understand that I don't got it together all the way yet. And ladies and gentlemen, that is the worst. If you date anybody based on those terms, you, not them, you're the one who's losing it up here, because that's you putting yourself down. That's you putting yourself in the way, putting yourself right in harm's way. I'm gonna go right out here and try to save somebody that ain't no good. They got a whole bunch of shortcomings, got a bunch of problems, and because you're not. Listen, if you, man, I ain't saying this for everybody, because everything ain't for everybody. I'm saying if you know that you're a logical thinker, you know what I'm saying? And ladies, I know that y'all emotional, but at the same time, a good woman is a good woman. You know what I'm saying? She's still emotional, but she's still a good woman, and she makes good decisions. She understands her role. Okay. And in this world, that's how you have to date, man. You have to be out here understanding what your role and what your part in a relationship is. That line has been crossed, and now it's blurred. Now don't nobody know what the role is.
But you know what, Harry?
Go ahead.
I don't care if that's what they wanted me to do, is not date. I'm not about to get no gray hairs in this beautiful hair of mine over no man. I'm just not doing it. It's too stressful.
What in the world, what in this universe is better than a good man to a good woman?
See, back in the day, like ancient, they used to
gotta neutralize them, everybody.
Back in the day in ancient, like people used to like really, really listen to God, and that's really a good idea because he got a lot of really good things to say, the creator. And so if people listen to him, we would not be in this situation. He literally outlined it. These people, they do this, and this. Stay away from them. Exclamation point. Run.
He said,
can't get up with them people.
Of the Gentile. And what do we do?
It's the Gentiles. We Gentiles.
You know what, though? Going through this.
When I start quoting the Bible, just get it all the way back.
But you know what? Going through what I just went through with this last situation, I'm not prepared to date. I don't want to date. If I sit here and lie and tell you, no, This event really traumatized me with what this man did to me.
Okay.
And so I'm not ready to go out there and, date, because I've never been through nothing like this in my life. I've been molested as a child, but as an adult, for somebody to forcefully take sex from you is something I've never been through. And so I don't want to go through that. I'm back in my phase where I don't want to date, but I'm still happy. I still can smile.
Okay.
There are things in life that still bring me joy. I just didn't let them take that part of me. So I don't care if they want me to not date.
John, I'm with you. And guess what? You still can't answer the question, what is in this universe that we live in that's better than a good man to a good woman? See, that's what this devil wants us to think, that ain't no good men, ain't no good women. It's easy to get on this internet and come up with points. Women,
that's how they teach their children. Like, there's no good men, all men cheat. But see, when you listen to that and you understand who God, the thing is God, like even when people in these jacked up families, God pick out one and each one to be the called out when they go and pray and intercede and help them. He still is so merciful. Like one person gonna be like, wait a minute, something ain't right with y'all. I don't know. I'm not with it. That's the one that's chosen to break the curse. So you're gonna look at things different.
There you go.
With him, he loves his bride. Like he's a protector. He's all of that. And what he put inside of a man is that. So if somebody know who they are in him and you know who you are in him, like when God do the matchmaking, if he on matchmaker.com, he the one doing it, the God site, it's going to be the bomb phenomenal. It's going to bring forth life.
Nah, I'm just going to be married to the church like Christ was. You don't have to be married.
Hold up.
And you don't have to be married. It's a vow. It's like, so you don't, anytime we hurting, and this is how the enemy, he's a snake. So what he does is he prey on our pain. He want us to come in. He come in like a snake, and he try to get us to make inner vows. It's these things called inner vows, and these inner vows it puts soul traps up. So we gotta like, all right, God, and we can say it. I said it too. God, I'm done. But then I had to be like, all right, God, I'm so sorry. I'm gonna just have your will, because I know I'm in pain, and in pain I can say a lot of things, because that is a trauma. China, I'm right with you. I'm cool like right now, because when somebody doing that type of attack or assault, you have not only just the physical damage, but it's so much that come with that for a while. Like at least it can be years, but it's something that comes with that, because you see them looking and you see the way that thing wants to take your life, and you never want to be in that position again. But the inner vows is the stuff we have to come out of agreement with, because even times where I made them like, this time, this will never happen to me. I'm going to make sure I'll never like go fall for somebody like that or love somebody like that. Those are all things that the demonic kingdom, they ranking it up. All right, we got a contract. And they going to make sure that happens, because they will send people and they like, hey, we're going to make sure that this person, they'll never love them. We got a contract. We're going to send this one, because that's what they do. They're very busy because we're in these last days. So they're making these contracts and they're doing all this commerce and this exchange in the kingdom of darkness. So we got to break those, and we got to see, well, what was God's design? His design.
But you know what? I don't care for the love of a man. I know what love feels like. I know what it's like to love my children. I don't even care anymore, because it seems like it's too far in between. It's nothing out there. Everybody I run into is like,
yeah. And you're supposed to love God. When somebody back in the day when they was marrying people, the father went out, had a dowry, picked the husband. This is the best match, made that stuff happen. And it was fine. They know what was best for their daughter. When God is your father, he know what's best for his daughter.
There you go.
He don't have us to have to like desire, that's loneliness. But if you cool, he wants you just in him. Anything else is idolatry. If you and him and it happened, okay, it might happen years later, who knows? If you and him and it don't happen, okay. The main thing is he want us right now to be in him, because that's where we safe.
He's saying, come here, man. Let me holler.
Yeah.
I heard you. I hear you. I heard you. Now come on, man. Okay. But let me say this. A lot of us out here picking and choosing. Pick a big broke. Ain't did nothing to heal. Ain't did nothing to fix the picker. We just out picking. Hey, you cute. Oh, you look nice. Oh, you talk nice. You seem nice.
I know my angels was like, she doing it again. She doing it again. This one ain't even got no teeth. This one ain't got no teeth. How am I help this girl? Like,
listen, listen, Linda. Listen. I'm trying to tell y'all, man. Listen, man. This is the reason that I see that relationships are the way they are, is because we are determined. We, Adam, Eve, she bit the apple. She let the devil double cross her. But Adam, he simped out. He went over there and got down with the same thing.
Yeah.
Cannot get along. Ever since that, we haven't gotten along. Everything was perfect. They don't even talk about what happened before that, because everything was perfect before that. Before we started going into rebellion. And when we go into rebellion, ladies, and you can think about it, you can say, nah, you're going to be 99 talking about nah.
Yeah.
You can keep saying what you want to say, but either you're going to do it the way God intended it for us to do it, or you're going to sit on the sideline and watch. And everybody who got to sit on the sideline got to sit on the sideline for a reason. And as we get older, because that's what we're doing, because that's nature. Another thing that we not all of us, the one thing we not ready to deal with, y'all. I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna let y'all in on something tonight, ladies. Y'all owe me for this one. I'm gonna give y'all tonight, because some of y'all gonna get saved from this tonight.
Oh my God!
Right.
I'm gonna put my undivided healing hands on you this
I appreciate it.
Listen, I'm telling you that, first of all, we all know we got a role. Okay, we all have a role. If you the type of person and you don't know your place, and I'm saying it just like that so it irritate whoever it needs to irritate. If you don't know your place in your relationship, you ain't gonna be peaceful with nobody, man or woman. You ain't gonna be peaceful with nobody if you don't know your place. Okay, number one. Number two, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm gonna say this, but ladies, I don't want y'all to get the wrong idea. You need to hear me out what I'm saying. Okay, don't get the wrong idea, fellas. This what we got going on right here with these ladies, it's our fault. It is our fault. Now, let me tell y'all why it's our fault before we call me a panderer in this camp, because that ain't what this about. It's our fault because we allowing this. We sitting here listening at some of this stuff that some of these females talking out here, man, pure death. They wishing death on women. You got some beautiful face, and women know all you need is a pretty face, and they put a pretty face right in front of you and lead you right in the hell, right with that other pretty face. If you even pay it any attention, Eve was led into that different knowledge. They said, God said, man, don't go over there on 5th Street messing with them fools over there. Don't mess with them. Y'all got the rest of everything out here y'all want. Don't go down there on 5th Street, okay? And what Eve do? One of them 5th Street jokers was around there. What is this? Oh my God. Whoa, look at the bombshell over there.
And see, God made the man. If you look at the tabernacle, that is how he designed the man. And the woman's mind is designed different than a man's mind. It is because you got the hormone levels, testosterone different from estrogen. But it said the woman will be deceived. He said the husband will rule over the woman. He even said in the New Testament because Eve was deceived. She was led away by the serpent.
Hold up. If it says that, then why do so many women fight that?
Because there has been generational Jezebels. People are coming out of survival. So all of us here, we had to survive, and it got messed up with our dads. Then it got messed up with our granddads. They knew this, so they knew taking people out of the house, like let's say 40s, 50s, and especially our culture, it will destroy the generations by the third, fourth generation because they know that Bible. They use that in they little lives all of that. They got the Bible. They know we got to break these laws, remove the man. That's why they were so much on get the man out the house. You can break and destroy the family.
And that's why I said it's our fault. It's our fault as men because at the end of the day, Adam, at the beginning, we already been told that, okay, she's easily influenced. And he still went along with it. We got women around here right now. Look, we need to be the same. We need to be equal in this house.
Because men is designed to love the woman.
I got a question. Anybody in this chat ever seen a person that had two heads? Anybody? Have you ever seen? Because if you needed two heads, then you would have been born with two heads. He put a man here to lead you and to protect you. He didn't listen. We done got on this soapbox about we gonna have some rank and I'm gonna be in control. I'm gonna be running the house. I want a man that know how to run the house, who's a provider and protector, but I want to run the house. That's the kind of house that you can see it ain't worked yet. It ain't worked yet. And I'm not saying, see how we always got to put disclaimers in there? I ain't saying this to say. I'm saying it to say what I'm saying. It is what it is. If you got an issue with a man having authority, then you got an issue with God. Your issue ain't with me. Take it.
We don't know that God is a man. God ain't even human. So how we gonna sit there and call God a he? Come on.
He call himself a he. It is here.
Come on, man.
Himself.
Last time I checked, when God talked to people, he was a burning bush. I didn't know him before.
Before we go into that,
he's saying him. He was like he cannot go against himself.
Let's say God was a woman. But hold it. She said he is the leader. If God was a woman, she said he's the head of the house. He is the leader and the protector, the provider. That's what she said. If God is a woman, she said she has put this thing into place. Not us, not me. It's already been stated. See, so when we get to the place where we're going to challenge what God said and then be wondering why I got this fool standing up over me talking this crazy stuff, that's what happens. We doing this picking and we not picking what's good for our spirit. We picking what's good to look at. We picking something, oh, that's okay. That's nice right here.
Lust of the eyes, lust of the flesh, pride of life. That's how Satan get everybody. He's sensual. That's it.
We going right to our weakness, and then we in relationships. And some of us don't even deserve relationships. We ready to break up a relationship because we done got bored, and this person ain't keeping themselves together no more, and blah blah blah. We just got every excuse for being in these streets out here. And you got somebody that love you, somebody that's good to you, and we don't even respect people like that no more. Then the people who sitting back brokenhearted, like, wow, I was good to you. I was devoted to you. And I'm saying, even I'm gonna go ahead on the men for the good women that we done had. For those of us who have had good women, I'm gonna tell you, bro, if you had a good woman and you let that go, what that book say about a man that finds a wife? Not a
favor from the Lord.
Not a woman, a man that finds a wife, and you let that go. If you let that go, then you deserve everything that's on these dating sites. You deserve it. I hope
But when you say we being a little hypocritical here, because if we all were just looking for a good person and not considering looks and everything, don't you think all of us, including you and the people in the chat, we all should be dating each other? I mean, because we all claim to be good people. We all in here looking for somebody. Not all of us, but I mean,
that was the key word. Claim. We claim.
And this is what we got to understand. God is a covenant God. Ain't no dating in the Bible like that. He was on, okay, you sit here, you courtship, the parents know each other, this for my purpose, reproduction, all of that, and you have the like-mindedness, and it's a blessed thing. And he had very attractive, David and all of them was very attractive, but it's not what Satan does. Satan throw the lust card in there. That lust, that desire, that's what got Eve. She started lusting and desiring this knowledge. The tree was probably lighting up because Satan lights up. He's seen all the notes. He be shape-shifting.
Listen. Satan knew that at the core of a woman, that she is playful in a way, but he also knows that she wants that respect that the man gets.
Eve didn't know as much as Adam. So that's why she was easily seduced, because she came later. Adam was walking with God all the time, but Adam was supposed to be the protector.
That's why I said it's our fault. Because how you gonna be God's man? You his number one man, and you gonna listen to something she talking about?
Why is she talking to the snake? Where he at? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, if at some point she's had enough time to talk to this thing.
I do not care. I am not going to betray God for whatever a woman got. No, I ain't gonna, because what I know for a fact is that if he gave me this one, he gonna give me everything I want. I know he gonna give me, and that's his man.
He didn't know that when it's just the two of them. He was made like God. So God is it's a love that people can't even think of on this earth that God has. He had that kind of love for his wife. It's like, if I fall, okay, you fall, I'm falling. Like, Satan knew that. Satan know that man is made in God's image, and God has an unconditional love tapped in there somewhere. And if he can get that man to unconditionally love a woman, especially if it's one of his kind, then that man gonna fall. If the man fall, he get the keys to the family bloodline. Sin gene comes from the man. The way that they react to it, that's the mitochondrial seed come from the woman, you human, because of the mitochondrial stuff. But the sin gene, the angel of death, gonna go to the tree. He gonna look, what did your fathers do? All right, so I got this. That's the legion I'm assigning to the baby. This is generational iniquity. So we trying to break the web, but we have to completely change how we look at life. It has to be God's way, or Satan is lining up another one. He just gonna make them a little bit better.
No, Keith. You said it. You just said it, but you kept talking. You just talked yourself right out of it. You just said it got to be God's way. We keep on adding to the story. It's God's way, y'all. That's it. You want a successful relationship? You can have one. We can all have one. Yes, we can. Yeah. One of our biggest problems is we even bored by each other.
Not me.
Because it ain't nothing to fix. It ain't nothing.
No.
This person ain't not. I don't need to fix nothing, and I don't get to feel like Superman. You know what I'm saying?
That's not me.
You know,
I don't want to fix nothing.
I
want to lay up and watch Netflix. I want to be a homebody.
Yes.
I don't want to fix nothing.
Yes, you do.
No, that's stressful. No. Look, let me tell you what I've learned.
You coming in your life and they broken, and you I fixed them. Yeah.
I've learned. But you know what, Harry?
Man, listen, it ain't nothing.
Maybe the eye kind of drift off. Like, we could fix that. They got lasers now. You can kind of put the eye back together.
I can fix you. I can be your Superman or your Superwoman, and everything gonna be all right, baby. We gonna get together. Everything gonna be just fine, and it's not.
Don't let them get that straight eye.
And see, and I'm gonna say this too, because I see, because you know, when I'm doing my coaching sessions, it kind of started bothering me that I talk to so many beautiful women that just giving up on dating, just because you so wrapped up into this current situation, and before you know it, you done lost another 3 years of your life. And I'm saying this, we get so channeled and focused, and we don't even respect actual time. We don't respect time. And guys, that's all we got is time. Okay? We don't listen. You ain't got 5 years to just sit back and chill before you want to jump back in the game. Let me help y'all out, ladies. Okay, I know y'all was fine and tender and everything like that when you was coming up, but see, the trick that's being played on you, is when you were young. You've been able to produce children ever since you probably was 15 or younger. Your best years, and y'all see when we get divorced, we older like my age, right? Y'all see, man, he wants somebody that's 20 in her 20s. What's wrong with him? And what y'all not seeing is that, and I'm not saying I want somebody in their 20s. Don't start that. Don't get him a chat with them, man.
That's for somebody in their 20s.
But I'm just giving y'all the ideology. As men, we are programmed. Y'all know that. Y'all been knowing this y'all whole life. We are programmed to reproduce. Okay? That's our program. That's how we program. And that's why y'all look at us the way y'all do. Yeah, because y'all like, I know what he wants. I know what he need. Okay, you do? Oh, we do.
My grandparents.
But what I'm saying is that y'all have this delusion that has been this lie that has been told to women that you're gonna be like that for the rest of your life. You're not. Your body is on a time clock. And I ain't talking about how you look. I'm not talking about how you look. I'm talking about your DNA. I'm talking about you mating and creating your family. Women nowadays teach your daughter. Y'all be teaching y'all daughter. I ain't saying y'all specifically, but women are, and some men teaching their daughters. No. You need to chill till you about 35. Get all that, play out your system and go out here and just live your life. And then when you about 35, 40, then time to settle down. Because that's the age they doing it at now. They selling. I'm sitting here literally looking at women. How many of y'all know somebody that's 19 or 20 years old that's gotten married? Anybody?
My son about to get married.
Huh?
My son about to get married. They in their 20s.
What is
mid 20s.
Huh?
But not 19, 20, 26.
That's still a good age. That's a great age. You know that when I was coming up, y'all, and the generation before me, they was getting married when they was 15. My generation was 18 to 23. People was married.
Yeah.
And y'all don't see what the devil done came in here and told y'all, nah, man, chill till you 40.
I got married young. My hair red eye. I would come home from school. He's sitting there in the dark, turn the lamp on with red eyes. A lot of times you're not making the best decisions as a young one. And we had this young family, and everything was like the dream, but he was cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
Because when you're young, you crazy enough to believe anything. You
Yeah.
crazy enough when you young, you crazy enough to believe I can be married to somebody for the rest of my life. Just me and her, or just me and him. When we young, we crazy enough to believe that. And we'll go out and try to do it. When you get older, I'm 56, y'all. And let me tell you, I don't think like that no more. Because I know better. I know we can get divorced. If I got married to somebody today, I'm fully aware that, hold up, man, it's gonna affect my retirement. I ain't sharing my retirement with somebody that I ain't built it with. I'm not going. I'm too old to start all over again if this mess don't work out.
You know, I want to respond to a comment. Somebody said that's prideful to say I don't want to fix nobody. I'm not looking for perfect. I know there are no unicorns, but I got issues to fix on myself. I'm not trying to fix nobody else. Just as I'm trying to fix myself, that person could fix themselves as well. And I want to say something to what you just said. A lot of narcissists have ruined marriage because you can go and you can get married to somebody, and just because that person been in a marriage 32 years, that retirement go to the ex-wife. You don't get nothing for being with these people. That Social Security goes to the ex-wife. So I mean, you basically in a relationship just there and get nothing in return.
The seat filler.
That's another reason why it's so important to get in a relationship and stay in the relationship, because everything in society is built around you staying together. It's not set up for people who are going to be in this marriage, then you're going to be over in that one, especially for men. Especially for men. You go out here and you work somewhere, somebody trying to collect on that retirement. Somebody trying to collect on your pension. Somebody's going, and if you got 2 or 3 different people you was married to, and you don't have paperwork in place to protect those assets,
10 years.
you'll find yourself trying to start all over again. I'm saying at my age, I'm looking at guys I grew up with and went to school with, and at least half of us have divorced. Most have remarried, but some got out when they got divorced. Man, they got the bad end of the stick, the end of the stick with the doo-doo on it. Cause boy, oh boy, because they never made it out of that. And I'm saying at this age, see, now we're going into retirement age, or we're close to it. So you go out here and somebody making you feel good for a year or 6 months, and you jump out the window and, hey, let's get, baby, I can't live without you. Let's get married. And now look at you. You splitting everything. You done had to go out here and get your new house, your vacation home, your cars, your savings, all of your credit, everything with your name on it. Now you got to split it with somebody you've been dealing with for 6 months. You got to be crazy. It's not.
And that's how the narcs, they think like that. They know it takes 5 years in a marriage, because my ex told me, like, I can't get alimony because it ain't been 5 years. Like, this is how they've been planning. Or they'll try to get their insurance plan or something like that. Like
5 years to get alimony.
Huh?
We married no 5 years to get alimony.
In Ohio, I guess he checked, because he was trying to get alimony. But it was 3 years. Yeah, I guess that's how they do. And I know it's 10 years for like a pension and retirement, because my mom said that if you marry somebody, you need to make sure it's 10 years so you get a pension and retire. This is the upbringing and the training, but all of it is idolatry. The world has an issue with idolatry. That's why God is not playing. He never said idolize marriage, idolize relationship. He said have a relationship with him. You have a relationship with him, nobody gonna question roles, because it comes natural. He said if you got him and you in love and you got the Holy Spirit, everything comes natural. You don't even have to have a law, a set of rules. You're gonna have kindness. You're gonna make sure that husband taken care of. Okay, you gotta eat, you gotta do this. Like that's in us. It's like built in us to do these things. And it's built in the husband to protect, like it's in a real man. But when you're dealing with the bands, And this band's for a reason. That B.
Ariel, do you want me to kick this narc out or just let him play a little bit? It's the praise be to Yah. If you want him in here, you can have him in here. But
Chat right this second. I'm on what you call it.
But if you have that and you sitting here and you got God in you, God is He know how to make that stuff work. Like it's just it flows. But when you're dealing with somebody that they really working for Satan, Satan is all in that trans stuff. So you got a guy that really want to be a female, that's a guy and a female. So you got them female characteristics coming out, then they at war with you, then they want you to like do this. That's how things got mixed up. Narcissists do the most. Even the female want to be the man of the house sometimes, and then they want to do this. Like Satan is always trans. He both genders. He come as the female, he come as the male, he come as all of that, because he do everything to corrupt God's order. But it wouldn't even be a discussion like that. And the men would, the way that God loves us, like He loves us so much, it's never a control thing. He loves us and He's free with it. Like you got free will. You want to serve the devil, it's not gonna work out for you. It's gonna end in death, and it's terrible. But you have an option to do that because He's so good to you. You want to love Him, and that's how them would be. They would be so good, you would want to love them.
I like Bella B. Bella is so colorful in this. She's like,
yeah,
she's supposed to marry the milkman.
I was about to
Yes, Bella. Yes, the milkman. Okay, because she done married a few people, and she's still on the single market. Why? You know why? Cause somebody done told y'all that money is God. That's the devil. That's what
they put them together to throw people out. They put it together in most of the movies, like the good girl be with the thug be with the person that's a lady in the street, a freak in the sheets. That's a Jezebel. Everybody who did that, life is ruined. And everybody.
Janet, she done went out here and had a baby at 50 to show everybody I can get chewed. Because that's a part, because that's a part of how she get paid. So for the money, she'll go out here, I will have this baby because I'm going to get these millions. And I'm saying this, y'all.
And Janet called herself nasty or something. And did she say that in one of the songs? Was it Miss Jackson, if you nasty or something? I don't know. I'm telling you, Janet, I thought I loved her, okay?
But I'm saying, after all that, after everything, all the money, okay, now you got all the money. Now what? You still ain't got a husband. You still ain't got your family together, your children spaced out. And what? Because you Janet Jackson, that make it all right?
They don't think like us. They in the spirit realm. They on missions. When people is in tune with the spirit realm, it's just witchcraft. They dealing with power. How am I gonna get all this power? What do I need to get more power? Some life source, all of that. They are not thinking about a relationship. No, they got Satan at the door, like, hey man, I'm collecting a Rumpelstiltskin type stuff. You got all this happening. We think like that outside of God. If we knew this war, we'll be fighting this war.
Hold on a second, please. Because Bella's like, why y'all hate so much for a black woman to be taken care of? That is not what I'm saying at all. What I'm saying is, do you think now let's look at this. We have more black women with more money than ever right now. Right? There's never been a time where black women were billionaires and millionaires, 100,000s and half a millionaires, all of that, right? And now they everywhere, right? But are they happy? Did the money make black women happy?
We dealing with a Marine Kingdom war. We have to understand that there is a bigger thing happening. The it's gonna make sure the money is there because
we ain't running past that. Y'all, we got two black women right here on this panel. We're gonna ask the question: did the money make black women happy? The position black women hold right now, did it make everybody happy? Is everybody happy?
I'm happy.
It's everybody.
It wasn't. I never cared about the money.
Exactly.
So and do you think? Now, let's put it out there.
He got me with family. I always wanted family.
With millions, if it was a guy out there just lace you up with millions, would that make you happy? Would you, if you could just go spend what you want, money on what you want?
Not if he's treating me like crap. I mean, it goes beyond that. You want somebody that's going to provide and somebody that's going to treat you like they supposed to, not treat you like trash. A lot of men treat women like trash because they do provide. So it's not just necessarily about the money for me. It's everything.
Yeah. I'm more like a cozy cottage type person. Like I never really, my mom was all into that. Like they into the money and designer and all of that stuff. I always was like a cozy cottage because it's the homely, it's the togetherness, it's like all of that stuff. Like I'm more on that. Now I'll go on vacation, but I don't know, just don't do nothing because it just don't. He didn't put that in me for it to do something. Like people came
love Bella.
shopping. I can do this. I can do that. I'm like, I don't want to go shopping. You know, I can do this. And they talk to me.
Let me say this. I love Bella because she be at Harry's head.
What she saying?
I love her.
You said something one night, man. Cut right through me. I'm like, huh?
He said, and I wanted to respond to something she said too. She was like, this word female is a problem. It is. Because women deserve respect. Female is, you describe a female by their gender. You don't just call a woman a female.
So the reason that I separate them is out of respect for the women. I ain't calling y'all both the same thing. And that's one of the biggest problems. That devil has infiltrated the sisterhood. And I'm going to say it like it is. All of y'all can stand together, but just remember, all of y'all neighbors is trifling and cruddy. Now, if y'all want to look like the trifling and cruddy neighbor, then we'll call all of y'all the same thing.
And it's like coming out, any female on here, like I'm gonna speak to the males too, but any female out here, your war was against that Jezebel power. So anytime you at war with Jezebel, you got to break down that altar. You got to break the covenant, the bloodline covenant. That's a heavy responsibility because that is that's a principality that don't like to let go. Like it doesn't want to let go of this contract. And there's so many reinforcements in their ranking in their kingdom. You have to do everything opposite that Jezebel do. Jezebel ain't something you just cast out. I know a lot of people be doing deliverance. They like, cast out that Jezebel spirit. Jezebel just be mad. It might not even be her manifesting because she gonna send a lower ranking to do that. They just taking up time doing a performance. Jezebel, you have to come out of agreement with a Jezebel. You have to break a covenant with a Jezebel. So if Jezebel is prideful, you got to be humble. If Jezebel is dressing like this and doing this, you got to do the opposite because it's an agreement there, and you have to completely break everything that Jezebel about. When Jezebel want us to confront and do all that and argue, because Jezebel was the teacher from the womb, because it taught the generations prior. So if you want to argue, you got to be like, okay, I'm going to keep my mouth shut, because Jezebel is waiting. When God step in, he do a healing, you get clean, her power got revoked. She's waiting for an opportunity to get back in, because this time she gonna destroy, she gonna make you pay. So you're gonna go through something worse. And then she's trying to destroy not only you, but the bloodline. And she demands blood. That thing demands blood. So we have to understand who we're fighting, because it's not about flesh and blood. It's not about these narcs. It's not even about like all of the relationships and stuff. It's about God put something in you, a spark, when you was born, and you was ordained to be the called out one of your family to break the generational curse, to be the one that's going to intercede, to be the one that's going to turn things around for your children. And because he put such a high mandate on you, even though he gave you the strength to do it, because you're a fighter. Everybody on here is a fighter. They can pull through a lot. They can survive a lot, because he built you for it tough. Because he did that, he knew that this stuff would happen, but he knew he would be there with you to get through. And so you got to do your whole mindset got to be different. If people listen to Beyonce is serving Jezebel. Don't listen to her. She drunk from the cup. That's going to make you do witchy things. Jezebel is a witch. You mad at somebody, you speak bad things on, they're gonna do this and that. That's a Jezebel. You can't speak bad things on people. You gotta hold your tongue. You know, that's how you coming up against a power
Hey,
that won't binge because you got out.
hey, Keith. People look at Beyonce like she just got it all together. They don't have a clue what they really live like behind closed doors.
That's the real body. They didn't clone her a lot of times. They be just transferring her consciousness.
I want to shine a spotlight on my girl, Sweet with. She said, I was born a female and I grew into a woman. Ladies and gentlemen, listen, man. I'm not saying female to disrespect women. That ain't the intention. The intention is to say, and I'm saying, you know, y'all can keep the sisterhood all you want, but is the sisterhood working?
We gotta be healed. The reason anything is like the fathers didn't protect their daughters and the husbands didn't love their wives. So the women by default, this is it. Like everybody do the best they can.
And listen, we just getting older. We're getting older and sounding crazier. Do y'all know we got grandma on dating sites out here? We grandma and grandpa age out here on dating sites, man. And don't nobody see nothing wrong with it because we like, no, I got my money though. You look crazy.
You look
crazy talking about, but I got my money right though. But I got this though. You do? Is it fulfilled you yet? That house you got, has it fulfilled you yet? Those cars, that money, has it fulfilled you? You ain't got family. You ain't got purpose. You ain't got divinity in your home. Do you have peace there? It's quiet. There's a difference between peace and quiet. Is love in your home?
Yeah.
She work against family. She hate the men. That's the number out. Jezebel had eunuchs. That means if you ain't castrated, she ain't dealing with you. Like she hate the man. Okay, that's it. They get cut off. They got money because she in the water kingdom is spirit of mammon. Mammon is down there. That's where they get their money. And then she got the church.
Let me say something to y'all about this money that people got that think that they calling God. Let me tell y'all something about it. That man got a machine to make that money. I know that went over a lot of y'all heads, but that man got a machine to make the money. So for you to say he running everything, he over everything, he got the machine. That ain't no magic trick. That ain't nothing fascinating to have the money. He got a machine that print the money. Can make as much as he feel like with the machine. It don't have nothing standing behind it. It's being printed out to control you. That is it. It ain't nothing back in that daggone paper. Nothing except your belief that it's going to work when I take it to the store. That's it. It controls and consumes the masses. And because of that money, and don't get it twisted. Yeah, we need it to navigate through this life, but actually you don't really need it because you can go out here and live off the land if you know how to do it, if you want to do that, or you
it's the intent
that is civilized. But to sit back and to have money as the priority, y'all know how many relationships and lives that paper that has no soul value. No soul value, something you ain't taking in that grave with you, something that ain't gonna extend your life. And guess what, y'all? It can buy you things, but I'm gonna tell you like this: if somebody dropped $10 trillion over your head tonight, after you spend 5 million of it, you be bored with it. Once it's only fascinating to you because you don't have it.
Yeah.
How many of y'all thought about that when you saw that pocketbook? You just had, I gotta get this new Louis Vuitton bag. I got to have that one. And the moment you purchase it, it just don't have the same value that it did before you got it.
It's only good because that's in the heart. There's a void in the heart. It's literally in the red letters. He said you can't serve two masters. You can't love God and love money. It's a heart thing. The heart thing is whatever God is supposed to be in somebody's life, they protector, they provider. The same thing with the husband, the protector, the provider, and all of that. They feel like money is gonna do that. Money gonna make sure I'm gonna do, and that comes from a survival mentality. Like when you had to survive, that is how people survive. Like they felt like, and my mom said I had to survive. I had to steal to eat, and that's how the enemy trained. It's a program.
Please, ain't that the last thing that people say to justify the most ignorant, abusive behavior in the world? Oh, but I got my money though.
Because just you talking to Jesse. That's exactly what
I was like a fool, and yeah, I was doing this and I was going through that, but I got my money though. That's everybody's excuse afterward. That's everybody's excuse. Oh yeah, I destroyed my family to never put another family together again. But I got paid though.
That's the contract. That's how that works.
Sound crazy. Oh, but I got my money though. Yeah, what else you got? What you got that you gonna leave this planet with and say your life was worth living? Okay, no, I got businesses. I started this. I got that. I'm who you leaving it to? Oh yeah, no, I had a kid. I had a kid. I had a family. Yeah, I used somebody to have this kid. Man, we are living the most unfulfilled lives ever. At least we can look, we sit there and talk about how, and man, we done turned grandma and grandpa relationship into something crazy because, we hear these other people saying, how, well, grandma, she didn't have the choices and the options that we had. Grandma had to sit home. We got options now. We can go work. So what does that mean? That means that if I'm with a woman and she get a job, she got an option to just leave me because she got her own.
All of that is outside of the kingdom of God. He never designed in the world system, Babylon system, which this country is definitely seeing they serve. Okay, Babylon, that's the whore. And Jezebel's system, because there's a kingdom and there's a flag down there dedicated this country to that system. In that system, the programming has started to where this principality governs that. So everybody is kind of, when they're born, if they don't have that protection from God, if they didn't have the two parents that was in God, got married, had a child in God, raised them up in God, if that didn't happen, which most people didn't, if that didn't happen, then you're in this system. You went to the school system, you went to the work system, you went to all of these systems. Babylon got seven mountains that he talked about with the beast system. They were programming everybody to get conditioned for the beast that's coming. So you get this universal income, you get this mark, you do this. This is how you go.
What you talking about? The beast is coming.
The beast here, but I'm saying when they fully roll it out, because people can still work now, they're getting rid of jobs. But when they put everybody on a universal income of 15 in a city, some smart credit or social credit.
There you go. You already see
the technology in the body already to do the data center. Like when they building data centers, all of this little nanotech and stuff that people breathing and doing that, if they don't have that protection with that Holy Spirit fire, because they in the spirit realm, they got sorcery and everything. But if they don't have that, they can tell what people thinking, what they saying. If it ain't lining up with what they want, they can make sure you restrict it. You're not eating. You're not going to be able to buy nothing. This is where we at. That's why we have to get it together and get with God, because it's just destruction. Satan is chaos.
Well,
I'm sorry, y'all.
Going hell in the handbasket.
I'm here. It's just that everybody got me moderating, kicking people out. They're like, China, get them out of here. So
they can stay there because that's a demon. Like when somebody doing that and the demon is heckling, it's like that's just how they do. They want to be known.
They like 5 people out of here.
I don't get tripped out about, people having something to say. I mean, because honestly, I look at it like they should have something to say. The devil walking past a channel where they not talking about, praise the devil and be a slave.
You know what? one of them degrading black women. Well, two of them was, and I can't allow those type of comments in there. So those definitely had to go.
I got you. Y'all see that?
And we have to stay united as a species. I can't stress it enough, man. I looked at some tubes. Everybody blood is not red. Okay, you got some blue blood with some black stuff in it, and nowadays it's not red. People should be concerned about that because that's not viable with life. So if something is in a blood tube and there's no red blood cells, there's no oxygen, how is this person alive? That's what we're dealing with. So they want everybody divided looking at color. No, we need to be looking at species. Is this person, they got a tail? Do they got some snake in them? Like, what's up?
You need to look at likeness. So I'm saying this, you got to understand there is a war. For us to not pretend that it ain't a war between men and women, we just sitting here lying. All right, we just sitting here lying.
They got to be on Jezebel.
The issue isn't just that we're at war with one another. The bigger issue is that we don't see it, and we don't see how this war was started and by whom it was started and why that we are at war. That's the problem. See, all day on YouTube, we can sit around here and talk all day, long as I say, well, women are men now, and women are this, and black women are that. As long as we saying that, man, you heavy in rotation on this wheel right here. Good God. You saying something against men? Psh, man, please, they're going to send it across the globe. You're going to have people talking in China. And you're like, how did this get to China?
That's because the internet is designed for division. And as long as they can keep us divided, they can keep this going and keep making money. It's all about the higher ups. They have to keep us against.
To keep making money is to keep you as sheep, as slaves.
We are sheep.
Walking around as slaves and don't even know that you in chains until they start herding you into the room that you don't like. That's when you realize, whoa, I don't have no control here. And that's how, guys, this internet, man, Beyonce's internet it's a trick bag. It is a trick bag. Excuse me. We are sitting here at war with one another, men against women, women against men. Men, we're saying, hey man, y'all, you using that system. You using that system, right? And you know it's corrupt. You know it ain't no good. But hey, you know what? That's Satan's offer to you. That's his offering. Hey, trade in your family, trade in your relationship, and I'll give you this. Okay? You can be the one that make the decision. You're the head of the house now. He can't tell you nothing. And if that's empowerment to you, then enjoy it by yourself, though. But enjoy it by yourself. Now, for everybody who want to have a sensible, a loving household relationship with somebody, and we're not going to use the weapons the weapons that this devil put out here specifically to tear us apart. Look at it. It ain't just the laws. Do you think that all they needed was laws in place? No. This internet right here that we on. Y'all see how we connected all around the world together?
It came from CERN, from the Marine Kingdom. You have to understand the Marine Kingdom is involved in everything.
So thank you. We are now connected around the world. So that's the last piece right there. Okay, that's the last piece. Now we just being herded. We just being herded by just like sheep. If you get enough people
we are the sheep. They're the goats.
Hey, that's what I'm saying. You get enough people in pain. We know enough abusive men and abusive women out here. Yeah. See, only when I say abusive women, I'd rather say abusive females. Because
I grew up with a bit. They are mean.
Then guess what? A woman, you can't speak about a woman like that. You supposed to.
The ones in my family, they will literally jump on the guy, beat them up. Like they will. It's horrible. because it'll go to the point where somebody can be unalive. Like they will be at a party and they know like they probably can't beat this dude, but they'll start fighting them, smacking them. It's even down to the nieces. It started generations before. My grandmother was pulling knives out on guys, but that's what they grew up in, is chaos, you know. And they do the stuff, and then if they get hit, then the guys have to jump in and they get trained to do it, but it's awkward because the woman started it. You know, they'll get drunk and start hitting them.
We seeing that on the internet now.
Yeah.
I'm seeing man, I saw a video just the other day. This dude beat his girlfriend. I mean, and it's a little skinny little dude. He
gotta sit on. They shouldn't beat them because the woman, and that's what my brother said, like he had, you know, violent ones. He was like, I'll just hold them and, you know, I might sit on them until they calm down or get some, you know, help in law enforcement. But, you know, you don't let somebody beat on you. But you got the way that it is, the screening wasn't done. 2 Timothy 3, he said, these type of people, lovers of themselves, boasters, prideful, unloving, unthankful. He got a whole checklist. Stay away from these people. Like they got a contract with the devil.
But you know what? This internet, since day one, has been designed to profit off people's pain. If you think about how covertly it started with people getting a Facebook or a MySpace. And you see how people started complaining, oh, people watching my page but not liking, you know, and that hurt people. Then you got models on here making fat girls feel like, you know, they not enough. Girls, you know, unaliving themselves because they can't be skinny like the next person. And now you have the narcissist taking the pain to a whole new level. When they leave you and break you, they post their relationship right on social media to hurt you. This has always been about people's pain. That's how they profit off of people's pain. And narcissists have taken it to a whole new level. Because if you think about back then, husbands didn't leave their wives for the side piece. And when they did, you wouldn't know about it. But now when they leave, this generation leave, and now you know about it on social media. They make a damn fool out of you, make you look stupid in front of everybody. But back then, you used to keep the secrets. Your husband had a baby on you, nobody knew about it unless you said it. But now this internet puts it there where everybody can make a fool out of you and you can look stupid. It's about people's pain, and they don't care because it generates trillions of dollars off of people's pain.
But trillions of dollars. See, we keep giving that money the credit because that justifies everything. I want us to start being able to see this money as what it is. This money, listen, I want y'all to envision somebody sitting next to a machine that prints money all day long. All you need is paper and ink. And
it's out of nothing. It's an illusion.
All day long. I want you to see it like that, because when you see it as that, you don't see it as something you got to go beat somebody in the head for or something you got to sell your soul for. It's a piece of paper. Yeah, it'll get you food. It'll get you some nice clothes, nice vacations, cars, it gets you all of that, right? But guys, that's it. That's it. Don't sell your soul. Don't sell your virtue for, oh man, I gotta have, just if I get this bag or if I get those shoes, if I have this car, then I'm God. Because
he's an illusionist. Satan is an illusionist. Everything comes from that kingdom. The reason why the internet was set up to destroy families. That's his go-to. God established covenant. Satan established to break it. So on the internet, most people start cheating once it came out, and they can make these hookups. Then it got worse, the more their wickedness increased. So that's how he works. That's how the enemy works. The way that they do mind control is through the alteration of perception. If they can alter your perception, and this is what they're doing now, they on this level of sorcery in the government, in the medical fields. It is this level of sorcery. They have a new category of drug. It's called and pathogens, right? And pathogens. They can make somebody have empathy. Do you know what the drug is? Ecstasy. How you gonna make a hallucinogen that fry your receptors? Okay, that one, the MDMA, it fried Molly, ecstasy. If you don't ever want to be happy ever again or have any type of joy without it, it take years for those neurons to repair. So it fries your receptors. So you're gonna always need dopamine just to feel. They said that is impotent empathogen, and giving that to people will cause them to feel connectedness. They're
Man,
gonna be hot. Like this is where we are at. This is the beast system. Okay.
is exact. I mean, I heard about that just the other day, and I heard a doctor on YouTube was talking about that. Now, I'm just saying this, y'all.
I'm in this field. I'm telling you, this is where we at. They are taking people's reality.
Right. We are here in real time. And in real time, we're walking through this process. We was already told this day is coming. Most of us ain't believe it. All that, they talk about this old whatever, hocus pocus, but we don't believe it until we see it. And now it's here like it never been here before. It's right in front of us. And guys, that tells you the state that we're in, because it tells us, it warned us that it's going to be so clear that nobody's going to be able to deny that it's here. And you still won't be able to see it.
I think they merged them Kingdom 2019. 2020, they came out with all of this stuff, but they made them clone twins in 2020. Now, when they fired up CERN, they found the God particle in 2012. That's when, like, literally hell started coming on Earth. Like, they literally merged the kingdoms, Marine Kingdom, the underworld, the celestial, the second heaven, merged. There's an opening. There are many openings. There are many CERNs. It's not just, there are many hydro colliders. One big CERN, that's the one in Switzerland, but it's a bunch of those. We got a bunch of them here in America. You wonder why stuff going on in Texas and all them places. There's a hydro collider down there. Things are coming out of the pit. So when we dealing with this stuff, we got to really get a fast track on spiritual warfare, understanding who we are in God, because the enemy is looking like us.
Listen, that's really the direction that I was trying to go in here tonight. Oh,
with life after the narcissist.
Man, do you see? But this is the thing. Things have been put in place, and if you don't have a full understanding as to why things are happening the way they're happening, then you just gonna stay on assignment. You're gonna stay on the assignment that you already on. You're not gonna see, oh, this is why you offering this to me. Oh, this is the role to play in this. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm just simply saying to you that divided, when your house is divided, you ain't protecting nothing. This devil having his way, and if you too blind to see this devil running this shop right here, right now, he running the shop because we are divided.
Yeah.
We are mass divided. Even the people who in the house with their spouse, I bet you 99% of them are divided in that house. Ain't no leadership in there. How you gonna have leadership in the house and both of y'all the head?
See, but what y'all don't see is the people who we don't hear about that don't have these type of issues that we have as far as their marriages. We don't hear about them at all. It's the Amish people. They don't watch TV. They don't use the internet. They live their lives. We don't hear about crimes in their areas. We don't hear about divorce rates in their areas. We don't hear about their kids steering from God.
Ain't that something when you reach out and you pick out a set of people like she just did with the Amish? They don't have the diseases that we have.
No.
They don't have the broken homes that we have. Y'all notice that the Amish, the only ones out here, that their life still the same.
Yep.
They're
not in the programming.
got no electricity. Now,
Right.
see, all of them got cell phones now. They doing something. They doing something.
They
However,
trying to trap. Like,
they're still keeping their situation tight. And that is something that we need to study. Their situation, and they making money. For all of y'all who don't think they making money, y'all go to your Amish market this weekend and see the line out there. Because they selling their food. They still on that farm. I bet you
and God is blessing the land. When you put God first, that's it. Where we get our electricity from? They get the electricity from the kingdom of darkness. This the currents and all of that stuff. That's why it's a current. The water kingdom, the marine kingdom controls everything. It's a whole bunch of cities under there. Atlantis, all of them. They technology is far advanced. When the doctors in them, when they got these Nobel prizes, they done went down there. They got a whole lab coats and all that. They got all of the medicines, everything. They're waiting for different opportunities to bring it up. They got to dumb the consciousness of the people, especially the believers, put them to sleep. Because if they pray, they can't bring this wickedness up. But if they put them to sleep, they're not praying, they're not interceding, this wickedness is coming up. And so that's what it takes. It takes for people to wake up, because when 6G hit, a bunch of people going to be switched to the meta, and they won't even know they in the meta. It's going to look like that in their eyesight. They're going to be in a whole different metaverse, like the Matrix, and they're going to be going to work and doing all of this, thinking they are, yet they in a factory sitting there eating 1 kilogram, sitting here doing whatever they want them to do in some type of mind control slave zombie state. That's where we at.
We're not even going to be able to survive in that. You can't stand around 6G. Everybody in here gonna have.
They need God. His frequency, the only one that put out their frequency.
When 6G really hit, everybody out here gonna be glowing in the dark. You be using your cell phone and your arm gonna be glowing.
Telling you,
that's a frequency that these jokers are using, man. And
the Holy Spirit got a frequency. His frequency outdo theirs.
In your neighborhood, pay attention. You know that they got black lights out there now.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all think that's just by coincidence? I did. Why y'all got black lights out here replacing the street lights? That don't make sense. Do it. Everything that's going on, y'all. Everything. You better start noticing everything. I like that one, though. I like that assessment that China made with that. Them Amish people, they are living proof that if you follow God's way, don't nothing change. Oh, nothing. They still, matter of fact, I think the only thing that has changed in the Amish world is them jokers getting money. Man, Amish people not only sell food that they grow, they also are carpenters. They building for everybody out here. Them dudes, and they not cheap. Them Amish people, man, they have adopted a lifestyle, and it has not changed. It has been consistent. And I remember I used to go to the Amish, and I'm gonna start going again, because yes, it's something to learn from that. It's something to learn from people who getting it right, who doing it the right way. I bet you could go and talk to an Amish person, and they're just gonna have a perspective that's gonna sound so old. But how is it that old perspective is still working in 2025, where the rest of the world is proven? I think the rest of the world, we pretty much have proven that this is an entire disaster right here. It's an entire disaster.
It's wickedness. And then they had a movie called Wicked. I mean, this is like the devil is so in people's face, because he have to put it out there. Like, that's just a divine law. He got to put it out there. Now, when believers ain't catching it, he gonna accuse them. Like I told them, they did it anyway. I mean, I literally said wicked. That's how Satan is. He just like the narcissist. He'd be like, I'm putting wicked out there. It don't mean wicked. And then when he go to accuse you, I literally told him it meant wicked. They didn't believe me. Like he's the biggest gaslighter. The narcissist is like their father, the devil.
Yes,
We
sir.
shouldn't be having conversations with the devil. You shouldn't be sitting here trying to negotiate with the devil. You can't sit here and just, how we gonna co-parent with the devil? Yeah, we probably made some mistakes. We did. God is merciful. But once he separate that thing, because anybody that's no longer with that narcissist, trust and believe God intervened and separated that thing. Keep that stuff separated, because when you go against God, you got free will. You about to walk into a vengeful kingdom. They're gonna be extra mad, because for God to step in, that means they had to get some licks on them. It took some wounds to that kingdom. So they're gonna make you pay double, triple for that. And they're gonna require blood. They're coming after them children. You can't, we just don't have it to do it no more.
And let me say this. Let me say this about the children. Man, for those who still fortunate enough to have some, ladies and gentlemen, if y'all think it's bad now, what y'all think it's going to be like out here in 40 years?
Ain't gonna be no 40 years. Too much.
Listen, we come from a time where we were being told that this kind of world was going to exist.
Yeah.
We're not going to be here forever. What's going to be happening when we're not here? They phasing us out of here. And if we don't tell the next generation how to prepare, because most of us don't know how to prepare. Yeah, we know how to do it. We just don't want to do it. We letting this internet trick us out of how to do it. Because you know what it did? The internet so vicious. This devil's so slick. He done got you spiritual now. You don't believe in God. I'm spiritual. I don't believe in that hocus pocus. I'm spiritual. That's what the devil here for. To make you deny your God. And you up for, if he ain't got to come to you when you don't need, you openly confess out your mouth. You don't believe in God. You openly confess that devil ain't got to come get you. You already got, you tag you it. You're it. You're nothing without God. You're nothing. And I'm gonna say it like I always say. You say you don't believe in God, but I don't believe that. Yeah, I don't believe you don't believe in God. Prove it.
If they can transfer your consciousness, because when they tapped into that demonic energy after they got to the God particle, okay, that was a big thing. They felt this, and then they got the demon. Okay, it's literally called a demon particle. Literally, during that last eclipse. Okay, when it's an eclipse, that's an entity. The eclipse came, it dropped off the deposit. They pulled that out. That's why NASA shot up 3 rockets. Okay, that'd be sacrifices. They did that stuff. When they got that technology and knowledge, they transferring conscious to another body. You gotta have some God protection. If you don't, that's it. You're done.
Hey, Keith,
that's it.
Keith, listen. This devil ain't never told the truth about nothing. And if you think he in space somewhere, you might want to get some medication.
They are not in space. They are in the second heaven. There is a second heaven going on.
He ain't smart enough to extend his life on this planet, let alone be in outer space, breathing air and frolicking around or whatever they claiming to do. It has already been debunked.
They tell you exactly where he is. He is in the second heaven. Okay, that is a realm.
Have the technology. They don't have the technology to live in outer space. But guess what? As long as we believe it, we can't prove it, but we can't make him prove it either.
When you experience it, when you experience some things, like when you actually go to them places because of things that were in your bloodline, there's some things that are in that the spirit realm is the real world. In the spirit realm, what they call quantum, that's the different timelines, the different paths. When he say make crooked paths straight, there is a path. There's a path that leads to him. You go off. There are many other paths you can choose. Every time you make a free will decision, your path change.
No, I'm talking about somebody getting in a spaceship and flying.
No, that's fine. They going to the other realms.
So or whatever has been claimed that somebody's sitting on a spaceship out in outer space right now at a space station. Listen, as long as we believe that, then it's true.
If you go past a certain atmosphere, everything dies. It's like death. Like that's not happening. Now they spirit man, they can project, astral project, and they can be in the realm, but their whole earthly body, like that's not happening. Now they got the stuff that look like space under in the marine kingdom. Like below, when they doing all of that stuff, it look like they can walk on the moon. Like that is the darkness below. That's why they be like, as above, so below.
We can't build anything permanent right here, right now. Anything. That tells you that the mathematics that you live under, the level of mathematics that you live under has no permanence. That means that you ain't thought high enough to build anything that's everlasting. You can't properly even align a building with the stars. So let's just back away from that for a minute. We sit here thinking somebody got a spaceship and they going into outer space and this and that. And man, listen, man, all of that is
they do the rockets with sacrifices in it. Like say they do these because that kingdom requires blood. So the entity covers the moon. It's not the moon, it covers the sun. They call it the black sun. It's an entity. And it comes, and then when they do that and they give it the sacrifice, it releases, they call it panspermia, but it's an essence. And they can pull that through, and that's what they're using to put in cell lines to make hybrids with. Okay, you can make a hybrid like that. And so that's like their DNA essence. They call it left hand DNA. So when they're making a mirror life that's like a zombie life that feeds off of humanity. That's things you pray against, though, because it always sabotages when believers get to praying. But that's the thing. That's what's going on. And people pray against it. You just pray to sabotage their equipment, sabotage activities, God to intervene at portals.
Again, I'm going to sit back because I know how the story ends. Listen, I know how the story ends. And we win. I know how the story ends, ladies and gentlemen. And they done told us we win. So all this old jive they talking, it's talk. We seeing through it. Yeah. They control some things here, but not at all. They don't control
Africa and them. They know they transforming into snakes. Like the over there, they know about that stuff. The West, we've been really nurtured a lot, or spoiled, and with our church system and stuff, because that's part of the Babylon system, the church system. Look but we've been really spoiled.
Listen. I need ushers. Need y'all to lock those.
We need them tithes and offerings. Sing louder, choir.
There's 1,000 people in here, 1,000 people online, and people. I need everybody in here $20. Yes.
See, the reason why we believe,
just because we way behind schedule here. We better than this campus.
In Africa, they like, man, I escaped the Marine Kingdom. Why are y'all doing everything that they do? Like they will question that. Like we knew it was a different power greater than the power we was doing, and they able to change themselves into a snake, into a leopard. You know, they shape shifting over there. That's the level of rituals and sorceries they have put themselves into. But the church they come over here like, what y'all doing? This is witchcraft. Jazzy in the church.
Hey man, right here up, man. It's so much filth in there, and they call that the house of the Lord. Yeah, okay. You gonna get a Lord beaten for the debauchery y'all doing in church.
In the church now, he raising up the remnant. The remnant is somewhere praying. Midnight 3, they praying. They doing this. They seeing miracles, breakthroughs, changing weather. That's the real church. Know the power of God.
Why is every miracle financial though? I get it, man. I want to be financially prosperous too, but why is that everything? It ain't everything. That's how you turn something into God. That's how this devil has beat everybody down. The system is already set up in a way where everybody not going to be on the same level, people. It's designed a certain way for a certain reason. Okay?
is designed to make us chase money because we need it for our basic necessities and to survive. So you're going to always need money. So you're going to always chase it, no matter what level you're on, whether you're rich or you're poor. They make us pay for everything. And that's why money is important. They made it where we need it. It's not like we could say we don't want it. We need it. And they made it that way.
Yes.
If you trust God, I'm telling you how God had the fish come up with the money in the mouth.
Anything that you chase, you ain't never gonna catch.
Nope.
But he
had to go out here and chase, ladies and gentlemen. You wonder why you ain't caught up to that money? Because you chasing it. Stop chasing it. Learn to attract it. You get it once you learn how to attract it. There's a big difference. If you're going to try, we all need to get money. Learn how to attract money to you. Okay?
But yeah,
you chasing money, you ain't never going to catch it.
They done made it where death ain't even free. You got to pay to get out of here. You got to pay to live.
You don't know. Listen, the hospital is they're not even going to incinerate you. Somebody got to put, I think it's $75. Then they got to rest the money. Man, bro, this.
But God is our daily bread, and that's why they call money bread. Because Satan want to mimic everything God. He want money to be the God because he control that. So God, if God is bread, he's the living bread. And then they got this calling the money bread. They want people to depend on that. I'm dealing with God when he took away everything after the narcissist left. These past couple years, I can honestly say God has shown himself to be all of that provider, protector. I've never needed for nothing. He gave me more in abundance. Everything the narc took, he gave back in abundance. And daily, long as I give him some worship daily, he made sure to practice for him. He made sure this happened. He want to be that one. He want us to go to him and be like, I got you. Long as you serving me, I got you. But nobody does that. They be like, I got to go make this money. I do this. God is,
Say it so they can hear.
Everybody trying to make the hustle. Well, I'm going to go to try. I got to make this money. I got to pay this bill. He will make the bills go away. I literally was paying an insurance bill. At first it was saying it was like $295 or something. I was overdue, I guess. But then I'm like, well, I was trying to figure out the system of what it was glitching. So I called them. By the time I call them, they said it's just $112. I would have got had the system worked right. But God will infiltrate the system. Favor.
Listen. We win, y'all. That's how the story ends. The story ends. We win. Okay? I'm telling you, sitting around here, how you gonna get some money? How we gonna do this? How am I gonna attract money? How am I gonna chase? I'm gonna chase some money. Listen, you stick with God. You follow what God is telling you because he's talking to you. You a lie if you said he ain't saying nothing to me. You lying because he is saying something to you. You just don't want to hear what he's saying. Okay, just listen this one time. Just listen to what he's saying and give it a try. That's all. Just give it God's way. Just give it a try. Just one time. Just one time so you can say, I tried it God's way. It ain't work. Just try it one time. You know what? Let me listen to this voice. Let me stop being hard-headed and selfish and self-serving and thinking that I am in control because I am not in control.
Yeah.
God is gonna keep showing you ain't the one in control. And let me say that. Let me say this to you. Because that's where I'm at now. I'm learning that I'm not the one in control. No. I'm learning how to use this power that he's given me. I'm learning. I ain't mastered it because it's very detailed. It's very detailed how he wants you to move. But he don't want you begging him all the time. That's what he's saying to me. Be begging me for stuff that I gave you. I made you like me. I made you like me. So you ain't got to keep begging me for what you want. You don't
And
have
you seek his kingdom first. It literally says seek first the kingdom.
to exercise the right, the mindset that I gave you. I gave you a mind to take care of every problem on this planet. Gave you a body that perfect. I gave you a perfect body. That body knows how to heal itself. You ain't even got to think about it. Your body knows how to heal itself, and your mind works the same exact way. Just try it God's way, just one time. Just one time. You learn how if you learn how to just I'm gonna surrender. Man, if you ain't gonna surrender to God, how you gonna be anything to anybody? How? You can't even surrender to what God wants you to do. And we sitting around here worrying about relationships and people and this and that. That's why it ain't gonna work right. That's why it ain't working. And it ain't gonna work. And you gonna be 99 talking about it ain't no good men out here. It ain't no good women out here. Yes, it is. But I was hard-headed. Because you know what? Because one day you're gonna face the reality, whether you like it or not. One day you're gonna face that reality that wow, maybe I should have just listened to what God was saying one time, just one time. What is God telling me? Yeah, sit down. When was the last time you just had a talk with God? Just sat back quiet somewhere. Man, let me talk to God today. Just for a minute. We sit back and bug the hell out of them. Man, we calling God 911 all day long about all these crazy problems. Lord, fix this. Lord, fix that. Lord, fix. Come on, man. Where you at, God? Then we act like he don't want to be bothered with us. Where you at? Good God, man. All this stuff happening to me. Man, listen, you ain't never had nothing put on you that you can't handle yourself. That's how God works. And guess what? The more he put on you, the more you make yourself worthy to be able to handle anything that come your way. All you got to do is follow through. Follow what God got for you, man. Okay? That's my word for y'all this weekend. Follow what God got for you. Let me get to these super chats, y'all. We done put these people off all night. They got questions they want to ask bad, okay? We just on fire here tonight. Hey, Patrice Bain, I thank you so much for being a sponsor tonight. Thank you so much. Woo, Goddess Peach said 2 months since I left the NARC. Healing up it. Can we say healing on 3? Everybody, 1, 2, 3, say healing. Healing.
Healing. And it takes time. 2 months, it's kind of still painful, it's fresh, but really know like God is there for you. Like he sit, like when you cry and you all of that and it hurt, he sit there, he helps you. Everything is a helping, everything is a process. I mean, we got to unravel so many lies. Every day I'm calling my brother like, man, I found out another thing that I've been lied to about life. Like everything has been a lie. Like, so we just kind of coming out of the Lulu. And so you go through the shock, you go through all of this, but the more that you just keep going, keep trying, he is very loving and nurturing and helping us.
Come on. What you think, China? 2 months out. She 2 months out.
Oh, you have a long way to go. Long way to go. Because,
Why you say it like that, though?
Because pain don't subside in 2 months. I mean, it's a roller coaster healing. 1 minute you'll feel good, the next you feel like crap, then you feel good, then you angry, then you happy. It's a journey. But you know what? For it to be 2 months, you did great, and I commend you for that. Because a lot of people would have given in by then, at least reached out.
That's right.
Or answered a phone call.
Come on.
So you're doing good. You're on the right path.
Listen. I think each 40-day cycle, more cleansing happens. It's something about that 40 days. Like it is a cleansing period. And we noticed like me and my brother did journals. After 40 days, you might like get your thinking back, or you might, not have the rashes, because they bring skin, like your skin will be flaring up. You'll feel like you got psoriasis and everything dealing with them. They come with all kind of cooties and stuff. but and inflammation. Then another 40 days, you might not have like IBS. You know, it's like you might not have gout in another 40 days. Like these people aren't the disease, okay? They're the walking virus. But
They are.
it's a process that you got to be patient with yourself with. And every time you feel like you get to another landmark, still don't make that call. They haven't gotten better because your mind gonna play all kind of tricks on you. It took about I would say 2 years for me to really come out. I was still going back to the Lulu after 18 months. Like, oh dang, they really look happy. Like they really doing the ministry and everything.
Hey. Well, what we not gonna do? We not gonna do is sit here and pretend to believe
Right.
lie that we have lived, not just have you on the outside looking in and still believe it, and you know for a fact. But that's just a fact of how bad narcissism will mess you up, because you was in it and you still be looking at them. Wow, they happy now. It must have been me. Anyway.
And my 18-year-old was like, well, I knew. He's like, I could say he tricked me too, because in the beginning I'm thinking, you know, he a man of God, because we going out of town for deliverance, we doing all this stuff. But he said he had them smells. You got to be them smells, like you can smell certain unclean spirits. He was like, he knew something was off with the smells. And when he would talk under his breath, like when he'll take out the trash, but he'll see him fussing himself. So it's like he really didn't want to do it, but he felt like he had to get in the door.
Man,
so we got to check that stuff. We got to remember that.
That sounds all the way upside down, inside out crazy.
Chaos. They bring chaos. Okay.
That's straight up. There you go. Monique. Thanks for the super chat, Monique. Monique said that's why they always googly-eyed with people to get their attention. It got to the point that I didn't even want to go anywhere with them. Very disrespectful. Listen, if you ever, I said, if you ever with a narcissist, just understand they flirting with people right there in your face. They gonna call you crazy. You know how you know you know. Listen, I'm giving y'all a secret. I'm giving insider trading here. You know you caught them cheating when they say you crazy. I can't do that anymore. You crazy. That's when you caught them dead.
I don't even like that type. You know, I don't even like them, that kind of person.
This is the waiter. I'm not trying to talk to the waiter. I'm sitting here with you eating. Ma'am, she and you got something. What? That's how you know. You hear me? Y'all heard it here, man. And if you decide to go for
Let me give y'all some insider trade on that too as well. When you catch them looking at somebody else, they defeated. You won. Because now they need to run somewhere else and get something new because you done defeated them. They depressed. And when they need that boost, that's why they eyeing other people. Because they need somebody to look at them with that sparkle in their eyes. And that's when they're going to try to get that person. They love going to your doctor's appointments with you, looking for people, so they can always know where to go back to find these people that they saw. When they go to restaurants, when they go to certain places, they pick out certain people so they can always go back to them places and find these people.
They're going to find them.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she just really treated me so bad. You know, you see me bring the flowers. I brought you some too with her card.
Oh man, thanks again, Monique. Monique said, I have no desire to be in a relationship. I've experienced so much hurt trying to love people and don't receive it back. I want to experience God's love for now. And wow. So when we see, that's when I said you got to learn how to attract what you want. So we always out here looking and chasing what we want. We wonder why love is running, because we chasing out here for some love instead of learning how to attract the love we want. So if I'm right with God, and this is what Monique is saying right here, if I'm right with God, she's basically saying, man, I surrender. I surrender to my higher self for once. Instead of always submitting to my lower self, I'm surrendering to my higher self, and I'm going to do it the way God wants me to do it this time. Because this time, I want it to work for the rest of my life. Guys, we do this right one time. You ain't got to do it no more. We just do it
I
right.
literally said that with the last marriage. I didn't fornicate or nothing. I was like, I'm gonna do this right. We in the ministry. He reading the Bible. If you don't heal, you gotta heal, and you gotta have discernment. If you don't have them too, and he got a religious snark that know how to do deliverance. They a warlock. They know how to use some supernatural power. Okay.
That part right there. So what we not gonna do is overlook the obvious. Okay.
You gotta heal.
Okay, the obvious
being,
hold up now. This guy is this God, is this what you're sending me? Because he's doing some strange stuff by himself. I don't think you got that plan for me, Lord. I don't.
If they want to get married within 60 days, I could say both pastors wanted to get married within 60 days. That's a flag. Don't do it.
Only way a 60-day marriage is cute is if we both 16. Okay.
If they bring an Isaac and Rebecca story, hey, that's a flag. That's a flag. That's gonna be a flag.
Major flag right there. Christina, thank you so much for that super chat, Christina. Mwah. Christina said, I sent a bunch of narcs old texts to AI. AI said emotional violence and attempts to annihilate your soul.
Your soul. See, AI, no, I'm telling you, they from the devil.
Of your soul is what AI is saying. AI coming back saying, hey, man, this person right here, this ain't going to end good. Okay? You can
I know your soul.
But this ain't going to end good at all.
Your soul. Hey, the robot said the soul. I'm telling you. They know how they people work. That's they people.
Bonnie, thanks for the super chat, Bonnie. Bonnie said, good evening, beautiful peeps. The narc has his own business, 1.5 mil in the bank, and still miserable. Money does not buy you happiness. It comes from within. Ladies and gentlemen.
They probably involved in that witchcraft, like that level. They have contracts, and they have to destroy so many people to keep that up. But if they a narcissist with that, usually the Marine Kingdom, they got something going on with some witchcraft warlock stuff.
And that's why, and again, in the Bible it tells you it is easier for a camel to get into an eye of a needle than it is for a rich person to get into the kingdom of heaven. Meaning, to me, my definition behind that would be that because they know what type of things you got to do to stay in front of this money. Because if it was something that it was normal and it was pleasant, and everybody would do it, it wouldn't be a secret. Yeah. It wouldn't be a secret. It'd be right there in the open for everybody. It would be something that's logical. Okay, this is what you got to do with this. And it's not going, well, yeah, this is going to affect these people this way. But hey, do you want the money, or you stuck on how this is going to affect people? And she's right. Bonnie is right, man. And so many of us get caught up in that. Yeah, we want enough. I done got to the point where I'm just like, listen, man, if I'm going to come across that Powerball, somebody just going to hit me off with a couple billion, then I'm like, okay, cool. I'm happy. Yes, indeed. But at the end of the day, if you did have billions, you know why it would be difficult to be happy? Because now you can't just live like a regular person. And when people know you got that kind of money, man, you think that people out here wouldn't hesitate to put bullet holes in you Cause for some money for $100, and you work.
Right.
Try to.
For
And
20, my
money,
family's scanning like, can I get some of that?
see, money don't buy you happiness, it buys you more misery. Because the money itself is fake. The people that surround themselves around you are fake. Your whole world has become fake. It's based around money. And
Come on.
that's why God didn't allow a lot of us to have that type of money, because he know if we get our hands on it, we will destroy ourselves. And
Come on.
that's why some of us don't have that type of money.
Come on. Hey, China, put your camera up a little bit.
Oh, it must have fell down.
Your head stopped off in here. We sitting here looking at your throat. But that was an excellent point, though. Yeah, man. Yeah, we all want to go on that shopping spree, right? All right, but after that, you want to be around people that got money too. You don't want to be the only person in the room that got all the money, because that means everywhere you go, everybody asks you about that money. Everywhere you go. Yeah, man. Focus for Life. Thank you so much for that super chat. Focus for Life said, one of the greatest blessings of leaving a narcissist is never hearing them blame you for their flaws again. If ex-narcissist one could blame the dog for his abuse and infidelity, he would. Man, that is you're right. That is one of the greatest feelings ever. That when you're no longer with that person, you don't wake up next. Guess what, y'all? Everybody that's not with the narc anymore, you're not going to wake up tomorrow next to a cheater, a liar, a deceiver, somebody who trying to destroy you. Y'all not, no, they not in your bed no more. They not in your life no more.
Chaos. Your nervous system can relax, okay?
Come on. Do people, hey Keish, that people don't understand how important it is for your nervous system to be in relax mode.
Your organs will fail. Like you wake up and somebody, they chaos. They're not really sleeping. They walking around and calling. Guess what this person said? Guess what that person said? Da, 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 da. You gotta after 3 days, you just tapped out. Like, what did they say? Da, 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 da. Sure. Why are you not responding? Like they just wake up full of chaos, because that's what's in them. That is what that wickedness power is. It's eros. It's chaos. The kind of love they have is eros. If you look up what eros and Aries and all them is, those are the deities, but chaos. So in them where it should be love, there's no love, there's no agapeo, there's no God, there's chaos in there. And that's what they wake up with. So your nervous system is going to respond at your spinal cord and your brain. And that anxiety is going to release cortisol. Cortisol going to start breaking down your body, your inflammation, your heart. All of that is going to start failing your immune system. You'll get different diseases out here quicker because your immune system not fighting it out. A lot of these diseases, you got to have a certain viral load to even get, some type of disease with a conversion. But a lot of times you might be exposed to it and your immune system kick it out to where that load don't take place. But if your immune system is weakened because of stress, that's going to take place. And then you're going to get sick. So it's like these things that is set up by the enemy, the narcissist is the catalyst that activated for your destruction, spiritually, physically, financially, emotionally, all of it.
I want to comment on that, not blaming you for their flaws. See, that's all a setup, and I've experienced that too. What they'll do is say, like, if they want to quit their job, they'll sit there and convince you to convince them to quit their job. So when money's low and everything, they can blame you for it. Well, you said I should quit my job. They set you up for situations like that so that they can blame you, and they'll say it's your fault. Well, if you hadn't told me to do this, then I wouldn't have done that. And that's why this is happening. That's all a setup. And it was something they wanted to do, but they wanted to get you in on it so it could be your fault.
And they didn't find another one. They'd be like, well, you told me I should just do full-time ministry.
There you go.
No, I said, get up and work.
Shawnee. Thanks, Shawnee, for that super chat. Shawnee said, I feel like social media and the internet can be a double-edged sword because it also puts people inadequacies on Front Street.
Yeah.
Hey, I don't know. I mean, I think that, whatever inadequacy you have, that's mental. You know what I'm saying? That's mental. That's something that you don't have confidence in somewhere. I mean, I guess that's true though. I guess what you're saying is true because, we do show our flaws in front of the world, However, but we're being told that this tool of social media is being used for one thing and it is used for something totally the opposite of what is claimed.
So media come from medium. A medium is like, that spiritual thing. So whatever is in somebody, the medium can bring it out of somebody. What's in their spirit, what's in their soul, it brings that out. So that's what it does. If somebody is like undercover perverted, the social media probably might make them like an OnlyFans or have an account so they can be that perversion. They can be that, what they want to flaunt. If somebody is, about God, a media might kind of be a platform where they preaching the word. If somebody, is about manipulating, the media is going to help them bring that out to be able to find people to manipulate and scheme. It brings out what's in them, and they're hoping that there's no light. So most people to bring out the dark because that's what they intend for it to bring out. That's why they try to set the algorithm so that if somebody show a shoulder or do this, then the algorithm will put it in front of more people so more likes can happen. And that's where they start getting people that, okay, well, I'm getting more likes. And then they get you addicted to the likes. They got it calculated to where that dopamine release happen if you wait 1.5 seconds, if you wait 2 seconds. Like that's how the addiction is. And these come from psychologists that have designed these platforms. Like they show the algorithm when you studying and stuff, because there is such thing called social media addiction. So you got to study how it happens with the brain so you can explain to people about it. But that's what they do. So it brings out what's already in them.
Yeah. Yes, indeed it do.
Destroy. Understand, to destroy, because they're going to get the person, especially, the young ones, they like to blackmail them, get them to do something, and then say, I'm going to send it to the parents and all of that stuff. That's how they try to get people to destroy themselves.
Hey, well, let's get to the next one here with Sig Thumb. Thanks for super. Sig Thumb said, the Apple iPhone represents Eve. Whoa. Eve taking a bite. Oh my goodness. Taking a bite of the forbidden fruit. We was never meant to have access to this much info. The tree of good and evil. Man.
That's that right.
People, when we slow down a little bit and we start to really thinking about what that story really is telling us, it's not about, just like in this metaphor here, it's a metaphor, of, you just ate of the apple. It's knowledge, good and evil. It's you on the corner. You don't go over there on 7th Street, okay? They doing a little bit of everything over there. They gambling, it's women for sale over there, it's drugs over there, it's chaos over there. Don't go over there messing with that. And for everybody that had to have it, this is what we got. You look at society today. They say ain't nothing new under the sun. So that tells you right there, they was doing drugs back there, Adam and Eve.
Evil is Ra. She took a bite of his essence. Like his essence changed the DNA. That's what they got now. This panspermia thing. That's what these entities got, essence. Like they can shapeshift. That's how they was able to make children with humans. They do have something that comes out of them. It's wickedness, it's iniquity, but that's what they did. And she opened her vessel up to the spirit realm, because evil is translated Ra, like RA, which is our radium, which is the 88. This is all the Black Sun occult stuff. When you look up graphene, they get it from a meteorite. It's like that's where it comes from. and they mine it. And if you look in your phone, if anybody can look up their phone, do the iPhone have graphene? Okay, it got demons in the phone. Do the Android got graphene? Okay, you got demons in the phone, because Harvard did research when they captured the particles that said they are demon plasmids, meaning that this is a entity that they captured. This is the graphene stuff. It's a sentient awareness. So these are entities, demonic entities that are materialized, and they're in things. That's where we at now. So you can talk to your phone when it act up and band it up, and it'll have to obey. Like, that's where AI come from. Graphene. That's why our president want that graphene. Look on that list from Ukraine. Where did Chernobyl fall? Like, these are things we got to know.
Oh man, if people really knew the history behind grafting, boy, oh boy, you would think differently out here. My man Lawless in the super chat. Thank you so much for that. Lawless, appreciate you, big dog. Lawless said, game reverse. Game reverse. My mom told me that my ex-narc wife is posting narcissistic awareness posts on social media. They are getting hip and trying to deceive people now. So that's something that they all gonna do. They're gonna also use the narcissist. Y'all know how often I get called a narcissist? Man, come on.
Ex wrote the book. Remember, he's a counselor, a neuro, whatever he called himself, a neuro something counselor. Said that ain't even a word that we use. Just because the ex-wife is a narcissist. Gaslit him.
They just make it up as they go.
They go.
So that's how stuff goes out here now. People want to say, everybody has this. Not everybody, but some people, they want to see you fall on your face so bad. And a narcissist want to see you fall so bad that they willing to pretend that they have joined the team of empathic people against narcissism. But
they probably took that Molly.
Still can't say it. They can't say, no. You know what? This part right here was my fault. I'm to blame for this. See, that's something you ain't never gonna hear narcs say. Now you're gonna try to hear them act like they're gonna pretend that they admitting to something. They're gonna pretend, because that's the next thing. They gotta come back and mimic anything that they see that people who are right acting. They got to mimic that, because they still got to present themselves as one of us in order to trap somebody. They're not interested in anybody that's like them, because they like, hey, I could jump around here and mess with a narc that's a bigger narc, and then I'm going to get abused on there. We're not going to have that. Narc like, no, you ain't going to have me out here looking crazy. But yes, when you see your ex out there and they just, you this kind of narc, and they posting pictures and this is that and this, you're gonna get that, and that's normal. But you know what she not gonna do? She not gonna go on there and say nothing about she did this, that, those, or none of these. See, a narcissist is somebody who wants everybody. They want to position you. They want to proposition you into something, and then say, well, nah. Your morals are supposed to be higher than this. How you let me get you into a physical altercation? Just because I spit in your face, just because I punched you in your face, just because I stabbed you, you gonna punch me? You gonna hit me just because she shot you? Just because I shot you? Because that's exactly how narcs do it. They're going to be the victim. So what? I stabbed you. I'm a woman.
But you know what? But you know what? Some narcissists believe they are empaths and that they are the victim. And then some narcissists do become victims of other narcissists. So they want to try to get this information and see what happened to them as well. I mean, that's probably what it is. She probably got by a bigger narc and she trying to figure it out, because one thing you got to understand, they think their behavior is normal. They think that's the way they were raised.
It actually is normal to them. Acting crazy, being around chaos, causing chaos. Listen, y'all, I learned this the hard way. You hear me? I learned this lesson the hard way. If you think for 1 minute of your day that a narcissist is not hardwired to create chaos in every peaceful moment that y'all created, you're going to learn today. You're going to learn the hard way, just like I did. They're going to teach you there is no peace to be had with a narcissist. There is no peace to be had with a narcissist. It don't exist. And they prove it to you. Let me take it here, Keith.
All my daggone baby's hair fell out because of that chaos. The baby was stressed out. More with a hair full hair.
Mm-hmm.
It was like, why your baby don't have any hair? Like, he had all his hair. His daddy, he was stressed out. And literally, he just threw a bed in his hair. That's what happens with them. Even when you have a happy moment where you have a baby and everything should be happy and celebrating, they can't sit still. It's just in them. It's like this going at all times. You see this thing great.
Hold it. I want to make a quick point right there. Because earlier, and Bella jumped on me about that earlier, talking about calling. Don't be trying to call us females. Yeah. So to a woman, see, it's weird to a woman to have a child by a man that she's with, they live together, everything like that, and then they just break up after the child is born. Like, whoa, what happened? We was together, we was living together, we was together. And then the baby was born, and within 2 weeks, now we ain't together no more. See, that's not.
And the police calling, it's a restraining order.
No, there is no to a normal woman, to a woman, that's unheard of that I'm leaving the father of my child's baby. My child's baby. The father of my child. There's no way I'm leaving this person, and we just had this baby yesterday.
Was the paternity and child support established? That's it. They just need the paycheck.
Not the second day, but see, to a female, all that's what I had that baby last week. What you talking? We ain't together no more. That's what I was saying. That's what I was saying right there, Bella.
I told you when I was 6 months, I wasn't trying to do this.
To women, that's unheard of. I'm leaving my children's father, and we just had a baby. No, I'm not, and he ain't going nowhere neither. See, that's how a woman thinks. But a female, man, I couldn't wait to drop this daggone baby so I can get over here to Junebug and get another one put up in me. That's how females think. And if you think it ain't no females out there that's doing it, I know a few of them. I know
they gonna still need you to pay the child support because it ain't you that got the child. Your mama got the child, so you gonna still pay them the child support. That's how that happens.
Man,
my dad was like, I think I overpaid the child support.
You can't make this crazy mess make sense. When I was growing up, I thought I ain't lying, y'all. I'm so delusional growing up. I truly believed. I don't know what it was that I believed. I don't know what it was that I believed that if you have a child with somebody, y'all can't break up. I truly believe that with all my heart. You have a child, y'all have a child, y'all can't break up.
Y'all family.
Man, somebody taught me, you gonna learn today.
That's because you can't.
She said, "You think you gotta
you
have."
came from a normal family.
My sister,
My mom probably, let me see. My mom probably had like 5 different baby daddies. So that I didn't think like that.
this how my
8
sister
kids, 5
said.
daddies.
My sister was like, "What is wrong with you?" She got like 10 now. She said, "What is wrong with you? You think you gotta have a child's father to be a family? All you need is a woman and a man and a bunch of kids." She said, "Look at my husband. Every other kid is his." I said, "Dang."
My mama said,
There it is.
my mama said,
Got all
she said,
kids.
the hell with child support. Welfare it is.
Man, and that's how we get, and that's how we have gotten to
And
this.
she'll leave. Don't think they just because they married, she's staying there with the kids. No, she always every other. I moved out. I just left them the house. I'm up here. I'm in a whole different city. I don't care. I said I'm leaving everybody. You can't just move out and you married. I don't care. I gave him all the house. That's how that is. Now he got all these kids every other, and she is gone, and then she'll come back, and every day in love. They'll spend some money, go on a trip. Then she gone again, and you can't predict when she gone because it's like that's it. We fell out. I don't want to be married no more. That's a horrible life. Like,
Goodness.
I'm divorced. I took off my ring. I am divorced. I'm single. Where are we going? Where are you going?
They never married. I know a man that's in his 70s, almost 80. He got a 12-year-old daughter and a side woman. And I said, that's a shame you doing your wife like that. I said, you married. He said, my wife married. I ain't married. I'm like, what?
Hey, you know what? You know what? I saw that same gentleman. I saw that same gentleman back when I was going back and forth to court for child support. Poor fella. Man, y'all ever seen an old man cry?
Hey,
Man,
Oh, thank God.
that dude was in the courthouse and he was begging the judge. And the girl he got pregnant. See, ladies and women, see how much respect I got for y'all? Because that thing he showed up with, she was in there laughing in his face. She was pointing at him, and she's, I told you I was gonna get you. This dude, and he was retired. He got he's getting his retirement, his pension, and he was in there, Your Honor, please, man. You about to destroy my wife gonna leave me, man. Ain't no way she gonna let this one go. Ain't no way she gonna please. I understand I gotta pay, but can you let me pay from something different? Don't let them direct deposit, man, because my wife, she the one get the money. She the one get the check every month. Man, he was in there. He was in there crying, man. Please, man, please. Oh. And we was in the courtroom. I ain't gonna lie. I was even laughing. I was like, dang on, dude. Because to see how sincere he was, but he didn't see that way when he was with this skeezer. And she was a cold skeezer. They ain't giving her no respect because she ain't deserved none of the way she acted in that court. Because she didn't care about his wife. She knew he had a wife, but she knew he was getting a check. And she's like, I'm getting some of that check. She was in there laughing, and she was laughing in his face, pointing at him in the courtroom. I told you I was gonna get you. I told you I was gonna. And she got him. And he was in there crying, begging, and the judge said, why you in here crying and begging me? I ain't make you go and do nothing with her.
Yeah.
Nah, man, you gonna pay her though. You gonna pay her, and it's coming right out that check. Yeah, your wife will see it, so you might as well go home tonight and tell her. Yeah, you decided to destroy your whole life. You probably got a good, and he straight went on. He's like, you probably got a good woman at home, and as old as you are, you know better. You know better as old as you are. Because he's like 70 something, and the girl was like 30. Yeah, and it wasn't a good 30 either. Goodness gracious, she was terrible. But she didn't care.
Women, it'll destroy their soul.
Yeah, she was laughing in his face. Like, yeah, I got you. I told you I was going to get you, and I got you. You thought I was the joke, but you the joke. And she right in the courtroom telling him, and he just crying. I said, yeah, you had that one coming, champ. You know, but hey, that is what it is. Hey, y'all, we've been in here. Man, we going on 3 hours a night, boy.
Overtime.
We're going to have to talk about relationships more often, couldn't we?
I'm sitting in the chair, man. I can't get awesome fit.
This can't. Yes, indeed. Y'all, do we got anything else to leave them with tonight?
Did we get to all the other chat?
Huh?
Is there still some more chats in there? Oh, wait.
No, we got all
okay.
up. No,
okay.
What y'all gonna leave them with for the weekend? Give them something good for the weekend, y'all. They need a good one.
Well, life after narcissism and dating, healing from this stuff, it all depends on how you heal. If you are to the point where you have toxic hope, like, okay, I'ma still, when I see them, I'ma dress up, I'ma let them see what they miss. That's toxic hope. You want them to miss you. They the devil. That, you know, they gonna miss anything that throws something at you because they want to destroy you. So you don't want to do that. You don't want to still hope that they call so you can reject them, because then that's a spirit of rejection operating, because you want to reject them because you felt that's how rejection does. So you don't want to do that. You don't want to have the illusion and stay in the Lulu land that they are something different than what they are. There are some wicked, evil people out here, and you have to be very careful dating, because just up here in Columbus, up in Ohio, they just, the 13-year-old was, her head, that happened. And so that's what they do. They target people, especially if they have children, and they are only there to deal with them children in a very horrible, terrible way. So when you're dating again after this, you have to realize you came out of a demonic entanglement with high level sorcery, witchcraft, all that stuff involved, and that they have a covenant with the angel of death. So if you come into a covenant with them, that comes on you, and that has to be broken. But now the enemy is mad that it's broken, so he's trying to send in stronger reinforcements. So if that one was a bum, he probably gonna get you a narc with a job. Or if that one is, however you want somebody of God, he gonna send you a narc with the Bible. You have to really be able to discern the narcissism. You have to understand how you got in that position. So you got to take some time and heal and deal with yourself and that accountability you need. Were you lonely? Were you susceptible to believe what people say without doing the fact checks? What were you like trauma bonded because of unhealed childhood wounds? That's very common. Do you have to separate from your narcissistic family? Because if you're in a narcosphere, chances of you getting entangled with another narcissist is very high. So you have to really do that evaluation, because you didn't just get with them just on a random. This was a conditioned programming from the womb. And all of that have to be broken. You have to start loving yourself. You have to be able to receive and accept love, real love, and understand you're worthy of this real love, especially to the women out here. Like, we are God's daughters. He loved us like so much. He made each of us to really have this nurturing. He never wanted anybody to walk over us, hurt us in any way, not take care of us, steal from us. He's very protective over his daughters. He's a father. So when you look at God in that way, it'll help you to uncondition yourself from the programming of the fathers that wasn't measuring up, whether they were good fathers and taken away from their children, or they were just narcissistic fathers. But however it happened, the way that system is set up, and make sure you don't have that good father example. So when you look at the father like that, you can get your worth back. And when you're dating someone, if your worth is up here, you're not even going to entertain a narcissist, because it's destructive, and you're precious to God. You're worthy to someone to where you're so precious, you can't even deal with the trash. because they are in the kingdom of darkness. They got women out there that's in the kingdom of darkness for the men in the kingdom of darkness. Let them be. You got men out here that's in the kingdom of darkness for the women. Let them be. Don't try to rescue the females for the guys. Like, well, I'm gonna just help her out. Well, she got my kids. She a witch. Okay, she a witch. Witches, there's no love in the kingdom of darkness. They don't have love. They have spell casting. So it'll be way worse. They'll take your mind, they'll take your money, they'll take everything from you, and you will have nothing but a piece of bread, a crumb. It say a morsel of a piece of bread or something. That's in Proverbs. It say, don't be with the strange women. Then they'll lead you to the pit where the dead is at, because they are in a covenant with the kingdom of death. So we have to really understand who we are when we're dating. We have to get our worth back, heal, really heal. And then you'll be able to, if you want to date, you'll be able to do that. But sometimes you'll be so happy and so fulfilled, God will literally have to just make it happen and be like, okay, it's time now. You might not even, you might want it, you might not. And each way is okay. Just heal. Go through the process of the pain. Be patient with yourself. It takes a lot to get out of the mindset of lies and start understanding the truth. None of us know this stuff. I'm figuring this thing out. I'm trying to understand the Bible every day, because it wasn't taught like that. We went to church, but I don't even know what we learned. So it's like we learning this thing out, we figuring it out, and God is there to help us do it. That's all I want to say. Have a good weekend. No, we got tornadoes coming, but rest.
I want to say this. I was thinking, and I said to myself, like, man, we really crashed out over some bumps. I'm like, how in the heck did we crash out over some bumps?
Okay.
And then they do us like they do us, and we beg for them back. We want them back.
Give me some more.
I said, Lord, what the heck was it? And I figured out it was like we fell in love with them because they woke up something in us. It wasn't them. It was something they woke up in us that we couldn't see them for the bums that they were. But we crashed out and begged for bums to come back home, for our families back. And then they run over there and we think they just doing better. Nah, that's a 30-day free trial. They'll be back. For those of y'all who think they over there doing good, that's a free trial. They'll be back. But let me tell you this too, and I'm gonna land this plane with this. A lot of us, like Harrio has said before, would have taken them back if it was just the cheating. So before you think about taking them back and you willing to look past the cheating, let the pillow talk be the thing that you don't forgive.
That's a lot.
Oh, y'all heard that? Y'all heard the pillow talk?
Yep.
That pillow talk be strong too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they went over there and told all your business, everything about you. The pillow talk is unforgivable.
They laughing at you when they listen. They laughing at you when you calling out of desperation. Wonder where you at? What you doing? What's going on? Yeah, them text messages. They letting somebody see it. They laughing. I mean, they having a time. They having a time with it.
Yeah.
Oh man, ladies and gentlemen, I think I want to go ahead this evening. I'm gonna say to the ladies today. We've seen the ladies do the strong stuff. We've seen you work, you make money. Y'all have been smarter than us most of the time. You name it. Y'all have proven your point. You've proven your point. Okay. Can we have our wives back now? Y'all done went and got y'all money. Y'all done did what y'all thing. Y'all done girls tripped it out. Happy hour on Sundays and Fridays and all that. Can we have our wives back? Please, Lord have mercy.
Do it come with the kids? No, I was like,
We just want our wives back. We just want our soft, loving, nurturing, faithful, Lord have mercy, women back. Faithful. Yeah, I know the women in here, y'all be thinking that it like, man, y'all just be making stuff up. Men don't believe women can be faithful no more. That's how this world is now.
wow.
Men don't even believe that women can be faithful no more. That's how far. And y'all wonder why I separate the two. I'm telling you, it's for a good cause. Because men don't trust women no more. And when we don't have trust for one another, when we don't have trust for one another, we ain't never gonna be happy. Ain't nothing you can do. Because nothing you say can be trusted. And y'all can say what you want to say. You ain't gonna never love nobody that you don't trust. Because trust is one of the most ingredients in love. Okay? Love is trust is God. And if you don't trust somebody, you don't love them. So I'm gonna just leave y'all with that and just one request. Just one. I just got one request for the congregation. Oh, man, can we just have a private conversation with God this weekend? Just one private conversation with just you and God, and y'all can talk about whatever you want to talk about. Whatever y'all want to talk about with them, you know, but have a conversation with God. Not a God, can you give me some more money, man? Damn, look, I want to get this Rolls Royce, man. Come on. Have a talk with God. Try it his way. Just one time. Just once. Just one. You ain't got nothing to lose. You don't have anything to lose, and you have everything to gain if you just try it God's way one time. Just one time. One time. You can at least say, in this life, I tried it God's way. I let God lead me. I went against what was my desire. My desire was over here. I wanted the pig pen. I said, no, you need to be right over here. Listen, y'all, I'm gonna say this, man. God know what you need. He know what you like. He know what you gonna act right for. And that's where I'm gonna leave it. That's what he gave me. That's what I'm gonna leave it. All right. Try God's way just one time. You will definitely not regret it. And on that note, I'm gonna say thank you for that to Harun. Thanks for the super chat. Tomorrow's April 5th. Y'all be safe. Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, we meet y'all this evening the same way we come in here every Friday night. I know y'all took something out of this evening.
What happens April 5th? I'm sorry.
I don't know. What's April 5th?
No, either.
It's supposed to be like a march everywhere against all this stuff Trump doing. It's been all over TikTok.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
And that chaos. Well, you know, I mean, it's already
chaos. Right? The chaos.
They already doing what they gonna do. It's already in place. It's in order. And that's why y'all notice he moving at an expedient rate. And he got the whole machine working. All these years we've been paying our taxes and we've been slaves to this system and didn't even stop to think one time we don't have no control over this system. no matter what.
Order out of chaos. He just put tariffs on every country. I don't even, are we in the G7? I mean, this is some crazy. Order out of chaos is the new world order. That's it. We just here. Great Triad.
So
Who know how to fight this? We do.
Let me say this. So earlier we was talking about money. We've been talking about it off and on because it's heavy. You know, we ain't gonna never undermine. That's just say it ain't. You don't need it. I ain't in here like no Jim Jones. All right, talking. You don't need money. You can eat, fruits and berries and water from off the ground, off the rainwater. No, I ain't telling y'all that. Okay, I'm telling y'all this joker. It's already in place. It's already in place. This devil already got it lined up for what it's going to be. Now, we already know it's going to be chaos beyond anything we've ever seen, we've ever known. So, guys, being separated, that's y'all wondering, how are they able to do all these things? Because we separated. Because in the houses even the houses that pretend they together, you notice they quiet, ain't they? They ain't encouraging nobody to do what they doing because most of them lying. Because the house is divided. This devil has divided the house. And if man and woman ain't working together, then we are defeated. And that's another reason why I'm saying that, no, man, we can't give up on one another because we all we got. I promise you, we are all we got. And a house divided will fall. And our house has fallen. This devil is going in for the kill right now. He is going in for the kill. He ain't been in here but 3 months. I ain't gonna fake with y'all. He was talking. I said, man, that's what we need. We need somebody like him in there. He gonna clean up all this filth out here. Because it's filth out here. Yeah, but everything he said was a lie. Everything he said was a lie. See, I'm mad enough to say, yeah, I was with him. I didn't vote for him, but I feel bad I didn't vote for him. I was going through something emotional right there. Okay, it is what it is. I voted for her. I'm gonna be straight with you. I voted for her simply because I knew the backlash that was going to come to black men if we didn't vote for that woman. I knew, and we still got it, even though we did. Even though we still got it. But that's neither here nor there. At the end of the day, man, this dude lied about everything he ever said. If you made America great again, he changing that lie. Remember how the slogan used to be, we're going to make America great again? And you notice they ain't saying that? Y'all notice?
Just like it's safe and effective.
Y'all notice the stock market?
Okay.
You got a 401k on your job? Boy, you better check your retirement because if you got your thing, I think it's the C fund. Boy, you getting it right now. Oh, you getting murked. You might retire with $50. Right. The way this thing going out here, listen, y'all, they stealing everything. They cleaning house. Trump coming through here cleaning house. They talking about
Elon is.
They
not Trump, Elon.
Well, yeah. That's the henchman. It
might even be the little almond child. He might be called.
I'm trying to tell you. Because when you look at it and you really look at it, when you really look at this thing close up, you ain't never seen nothing like this before. You ain't never seen the president got his boy in there, in here walking through buildings this top secret. He ain't even got a clearance to go in the building. And him and his girlfriend, he ain't not his wife, him and his girlfriend just walking through it freely like what? This ain't nothing. We about to destroy all this. They showing you what it is. They are showing everybody what it is. And they just say, hey, well, what can you do about it?
They got the black eyes and tentacles. If somebody come at you and you try to be like, nah, you can't do that. And they look at you with black eyes and tentacles come out of them, you're going to be like, hey, well, I guess you can do that. That's it. I don't know.
Everybody, people saying it's Elon and Trump. Now, see,
what you say?
The thing is with Trump, Trump is in office to get revenge. That's his goal.
That's it.
Elon is going for the money. And that's why you think Trump placing tariffs on all these people and picking fights with, all these people. It's a revenge thing for him. He didn't plan on coming in and governing anything. That's why he have everybody else doing that. And everybody knew that. The other people, it's the billionaires and stuff that's after the money.
Well, the thing, and see, I'm going to say this about that. I'm going to just say this about the money, y'all. I'm going to let y'all go. But they can get all the money that they want because that money ain't that. There's a time limit on that money. Because y'all know they say that's a part of prophecy as well. That money gonna be stacked in the streets, worth nothing, because it don't have no integrity. You let the devil in here, and see, you let the devil out in front of everybody, then everybody lose respect for everything, right? It's already hard to respect any of it anyway. Because everybody see it, it's like it's something you need, but at the same time, it's something that got the whole world turned upside down. So it ain't something that's good. That's something we know. That's right, Speedy Rider. Speedy Rider said it. Babylon has fallen. Babylon is fallen. Ladies and gentlemen, we are witnessing history. We right here and we are in it.
The whole system.
This entire system, man. Every day, that's all you hear. The stock market is, man, I'm hearing gurus that was on here talking about y'all better buy everything you can buy. These jokers now saying, man, you better sell everything you got. I'm like, what? Uh-oh.
But you know what they say? When God is quiet in the midst of chaos, he's working.
Every time.
This is all his
plan.
Yeah. They talking about all the jobs that everybody's losing their jobs and this and that, back and forth. Okay. Well, again, when things look like they can't get no worse, just get ready.
He can't take your faith. He can grow food. I mean, that's all you need: food, clothing, and shelter. Now, when you want some other stuff, say you own all that stuff. He made that. That's a luxury. But when you got the basics, he told us rejoice. I mean, this is a time we should be laughing. They judge, but that's it. God got it. They got a currency. It's called graphene. They got a carbon-based currency. People are going to be the currency.
That's what's going on in this world. Mess with my nervous system. I don't give a damn. I'm just keeping my head low and getting through this.
Man, that is exactly
digital. They want everything and everybody digital.
You know what? Next week we might need to talk about that because, man, it's people going through more than just this relationship craziness out here. It's time to start talking in a different direction, y'all, because you say what you want. We are literally in the place now where we need each other.
Mm-hmm.
It's just everybody's situation ain't collapsed on each other yet. And as long as we still separate, you in your house, that person in their house, I'm in my house, you in your, as long as everybody's still separated, we got to put up that image like everything is all right. And it's not. And when you're walking around acting like it's not, like everything, everything good, you got to be crazy if you think everything is okay.
I ain't saying none of that.
I'm praying every day, my God.
Crazy. And guess what? I don't see nobody saying nothing like that either. And that's a problem. Because it should be somebody. It should be some people out here saying how great everything is. And it's not. And I ain't talking about the devils out here. I ain't talking about them because they loving this right now because it's a wall of confusion. They love their life right now. So hey, we're gonna jump up out of here, leave you just like we came up in here with nothing but love, peace, and soul train.
Good night, guys.
Good night.
Thank you so much for doing what you do because you do what you do the way you do what you do.
For sure. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Ow. Mm, 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 mm.